Yeah. Hey. The fruits of Islam, that's the fruits of Islam. What it do to your mind, all it do to you is harm. The fruits of Islam, that the truth is haram. If you don't believe me, check, flip through the Qur'an. It's what they do, and they're proud of that. It's what they do, and they're proud of that. It's what they do, and they're proud of that. It's what they do, and they're proud of that. That's the fruits of Islam. That's the fruits of Islam. For Christians, it's a must to love and pray for enemies. Jesus taught us that cause love becomes a remedy. In Islam, you only have to hate, cuff, and not set them free. So when you see us talking about Muhammad, you want deadly beef. Let us be you filled with anger, where's the joy in that? We invite you to the feast, but you just want to poison that. In Islam, your joy is based on how a man performs an act. Christians get their joy right from the spirit, God gives all of that. We love peace because we love everybody. Blessed are the peacemakers, they are one body. Islam only peace if you submitting to their God. Said the disbelievers' head should be removed from their bodies, but we're patient, even when you really wanna fight us. We out here waiting for you to come out from under blindness. You out here hating like you don't know nothing about some kindness. We showing kindness by exposing you to what true light is. The fruits of Islam, that's the fruits of Islam. What it do to your mind, all it do to you is harm. The fruits of Islam, that the truth is haram. If you don't believe me, check, flip through the Qur'an. It's what they do, and they're proud of that. It's what they do, and they're proud of that. It's what they do, and they're proud of that. It's what they do, and they're proud of it. Goodness comes from only God and not from no one else. In Islam, it means obey commands and to control yourself. As a Christian, we know goodness because Jesus showed himself. He's the one who puts it on our hearts so we can grow ourselves. Faithfulness is loving God, relying on him only. Knowing that you're safe and sound, no even death won't hold me. Faith is more than ritual, complacency that's phony. So we produce better fruits on every single category. Gentleness is universal, we don't need the grip. The power is all God, so we ain't on no ego trip. Islam is only gentle to the people who submit, but God created us equal, we should peacefully exist. Self-control for Christians gifted in the spirit. God bestows himself so we can overcome our limits. Islam says obedience, that mostly comes from discipline. While we overcome the world because the spirit wins, yeah. The fruits of Islam, that's the fruits of Islam. What it do to your mind, all it do to you is harm. The fruits of Islam, that the truth is haram. If you don't believe me, check, flip through the Qur'an. It's what they do, and they're proud of that. It's what they do, and they're proud of that. It's what they do, and they're proud of that. It's what they do, and they're proud of that. That's the fruits of Islam. That's the fruits of Islam. Yeah, that's the fruits of Islam. That's the fruits of Islam. That's the fruits of Islam.
What's up, everybody? God bless everybody. How you doing? How you feeling? Appreciate y'all for joining me over here at the Word. And I got my boy Life with me. What's up, Life?
What's up? You echoing?
Yeah, it does that. I'm just like doubled on this for whoever on the stage is like that. For some reason, I don't know. But the audience, they don't hear it. And the audience on YouTube, they don't hear it. But it's only when somebody come up on stage, it kind of like have a reverb to it or something. I don't know. I don't know why it does that. But go ahead, man. What prompted this early live stream? Like, go and tell them about your experience you just had, bro.
Man, bro. So we sit up there having a conversation with what's dude, Muslim cousin, Creed, esoteric. They all on the panel, man. Whole time, bro. Like, you know what's funny, right? When you have the conversation, when it starts off, it always start off cool, right? But when you start questioning them too much, or you start saying a little, let's say like you directly responding to them because you're trying to get them to engage with the stuff that's coming out of their own mouth, they start panicking, right? So once the conversation got, you know, once the conversation started to build, that's where you got the weirdness. Now the weirdness comes out. Now all of a sudden, I'm just there to debate. Now all of a sudden, I'm not having a regular conversation. Now all of a sudden, we just sitting there, being lawyer like, and it's just like, bro, That's not even what's happening. Nobody was debating any of those dudes. I was sitting up there just directly responding to what they were saying. They just didn't want the direct response. They didn't want to be questioned on what they were saying. And then even when I went to started making my statements, because he was telling me, oh, basically, I read through the lines. Basically, stop questioning what I'm saying and then just directly respond to it. So I went away from questioning him, and then I said, all right, fine, I'm gonna just give my responses. Then when I start just giving my responses, then he start complaining about that too. So the whole time you just crying and complaining about nothing, bro. Every time I open my mouth. Then Creed, he come in, he just start after a while, bro. He just started going off, bro. Wouldn't let me speak, cutting me off, misunderstood the whole topic, misunderstood the conversation, gaslighting, playing games. And then all of a sudden, they want to be on mute now. So now you want to be on mute when this dude is running his mouth, going crazy, not letting nobody speak. But then all of a sudden, when I open my mouth and say two words, now all of a sudden, oh, stop trying to debate. It's not a debate. It's not a debate. I'm supposed to just sit here and listen to four people talk at once before I can speak. Then when I say two things y'all don't like, you crying again. So it's like, bro, I mean, this whole thing, bro, is embarrassing, bro, when you see how they act and how they conduct themselves, bro.
Yeah, and the topic was over Sharia. Do the Sharia better fit for? Basically, he was saying African Americans, but we really you read through it. Is it good for Muslims? They're in America and they don't want to abide by the constitutional rights. They want themselves to be propped up over every other non-Muslim. That's what it really boils down to. It's not about the black community and what is good for the black community. That's just a see-through, bro. That's just you know window dressing for
Right, exactly.
yeah.
And that's exactly, bro. That's why I kept pressing him on, okay, bro, is this a black versus white thing, or is this a Sharia law versus Constitution thing? And then that's when they kept saying, oh, well, you didn't understand. You didn't get what I pointed. Well, yeah, I do get what y'all saying. Y'all are trying to make it a black versus white thing. Like, oh, we need to go against the white man. We need to fight back for what they did to our people. But that don't have nothing to do with Muslims in Sharia law, bro. Like, you want to try to implement that. That's going to make it worse.
Yeah, they act like the civil rights movement never existed. Oh, I think
But remember what
Christians should be the first ones going against this stuff. The whole civil rights was led by black Christians.
Bro, and remember what I asked him. I said, does Sharia
Hold
law
on, and what
benefit
question
me?
can a Muslim answer, guys?
Yeah, we'll get that
Hold on.
in a minute. We'll get to you in a minute. Just be
Remember what
patient.
I asked him. Remember what I asked him. I said, does Sharia law benefit me? Who does it benefit? He said, it benefits me. Exactly. That's the point. Thank you. You just cooked yourself. Like,
Yeah.
come on, bro. Then you ask him. Then you ask him, can Christians step foot in Mecca? The answer is no. Can Christians go to the Kaaba? The answer is no. And it isn't just because some group of people decided to have some sort of religious authority over that building in that area. It's the fact that that's legally binded by law out there. Just for the same reason why, yeah, Christians can go into the surrounding area, but once they think about, let me go visit Mecca. Yeah, the answer is no, unless you sneak in or you just don't disclose your religion, or you want to try to double as a Muslim. Then yeah, you most likely would be able to get in if you assimilate properly. But no, you can't just be openly a Christian over there in that area, and that's just a fact. You could just look it up; it's in their law. So it's like, bro, y'all got whole cities cut off for
Yeah.
non-Muslims, bro, based on how y'all want
I
to
got an
run.
answer for that, brother.
Hold on, real quick. But
Yeah. So basically, that's what it was. We can get into it if this is a Muslim. You want to get into it? We can get into it.
yeah, go ahead. But to address one point, they said, "Well, I've been to the Kaaba. Ain't nobody around there checking to see if you're a Muslim or Christian. They do that before you even come in, bro. Like they do all that, so they know before you even come in if you're a Muslim or a Christian." Go ahead, Amadou.
All right, so he was talking about some countries cut off completely from going to Mecca. Like, let me tell you something. So, it's, as a Muslim, part of going to Mecca is part of our religion. So, it's a must for us to do. Now, what I want you to understand is, If
Well, for
every single
context, hold on, my bad. You out of context. I just want to make sure you're speaking in context. We know what they got going on over there. If that's how they want to do in their country, they can do that. We're not saying that they can't. What we're
no,
saying is that per the Constitution, we were saying that Sharia law should not be implemented as well as a takeover from Muslims in the United States for specific religious freedom reasons that we have in our Constitution, which is better than Sharia law. So for context, you don't have to explain to us why Muslims don't allow other religions or non-Muslims in Mecca or anywhere near the Kaaba. We get it. We know why. We're
okay,
saying that compared to the Constitution, our religious freedoms is better.
okay, I wouldn't say better, but you are right from the part like the first part you said where it contradicts the Constitution, right? So it wouldn't be able to match with the Constitution we have, of course. But what I'm saying is, you was talking about earlier how what they call it in Saudi Arabia, basically how they restrict Christians and stuff from going to the Kaaba. What I'm saying is there's something logical behind it. If there's
Yeah,
all
we're,
because
we're, we're telling you, you don't need to give us the reason. We know why, bro. We get it.
okay, so my question to you
This
then
is the
would
reason
be
why we don't want Sharia law in the United States
they can't
because of
but
how you guys do
we would
things in
have
your
to
Muslim
change the
countries.
Constitution. If Sharia law was to exist in America, we would have to change the Constitution.
And
Do
that's
you
not
believe that?
happening.
No, I understand. That's what I'm saying. It's not logical for that to happen because this country is based on a country where it's
Yeah,
supposed to be no religion.
So Muslims need to know that, right? And stop trying to do it, right?
No, what Muslim is trying to do that?
Brother, you ain't been to Texas?
You been to Philadelphia?
I live in
Brother,
Texas, bro.
stop moving the goalposts.
I live in
I'm
No.
Texas. They're
at,
trying to
you
do it
ain't been
right
to,
now.
right. They literally in the government right now, bro, having meetings about this stuff.
Okay, and what I'm trying to tell you, that's a state, so they could do whatever they want in a state.
Yeah, per the religious freedoms that we give you guys. That's the point. The reason why Muslims are even able to assume that this is something that they can do is because per our constitution, we have religious freedoms that are allotted for all people. Unless your stuff is not deemed a religion and a T organization, then you're cooked. But if it is a religion and it's understood as such, you guys can try. You can try to do what you want to do, but if it goes against the Constitution, it's going to get shut down. Hopefully, if someone can wake up and be, But once it's found that it's going against the Constitution, it will most likely get shut down unless someone in that state is not running the government properly.
But
Now,
but
the thing
Christians do the same
is
thing.
that wrong? Yeah, but Bella, the thing is that wrong? That's where that's the point. We're not talking about what a country is doing and what a country is not doing. We know why they're doing it. I'm asking you, is it wrong? Should we
I
just
would
have Sharia law or should we have the Constitution? Which one's better? That's the point.
I would tell you Sharia law is better, but I wouldn't say it's fair. Does that make sense? Because you would be
Okay,
over. Hold on.
Sharia law is better for
If
who?
it's better, then it's not fair. Like, how can something
No,
be
no, no, no,
better but not
no,
fair?
no. I said
Who
not fair because let's
who
say
is it
right now
better for though? Who is it better for?
it's better for a Muslim. Yes,
Exactly.
Okay, thank you.
but
So it's not better because the Constitution is for everybody.
yes, but you asked me
So how is it
what is
better?
better.
Okay, pay attention. How is
Okay,
it better if the Constitution benefits all religions and yours
hold
just
on.
benefits yours? How is it
That was
better then?
hold on. Was that always the case? Was the Constitution always fair?
Brother, we're dealing with now. We're talking about
No, but
now,
that's what I'm
religious
saying. But
freedom.
yes, if we're talking about religious freedom,
We're
you
not
do
living
say,
in the past, bro.
but we did.
Yeah,
People
but
did live in the
we're
past.
not there. Yeah, but we don't, bro. We're talking in reality. Why are you changing it? Deal with what we're dealing with now. Per the Constitution, religious freedom for all is better than religious freedom for one, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So the Constitution is better than Sharia law, bro.
I can't. That's what I'm. See, that's the problem, bro. I wouldn't tell you that. No, I would never tell you that.
Brother,
You
you
just
just
said
did
it
it.
was.
No, you said in America. You said in America where there's atheists,
Yes,
where
that's
there's
where the
trans people,
Constitution.
where there's
Oh
all this
my
type of
gosh,
thing. Hold
bro.
on, no.
That's where
When
the
you,
Constitution is, dude. Of course, we're talking about America.
okay, but I'm gonna ask you this, right? Let me tell you why. Do you agree with I don't want to be like a bully or whatever, right? But do you support the LGBTQ movement or whatever?
No.
No. Okay, let me tell you this. If Sharia law was existed, you wouldn't have to say this. It would already been
And if Sharia law existed, I wouldn't be able to say what I'm saying as a Christian either. You
you're
understand what
wrong.
I'm saying?
You're wrong. Oh, you're wrong
Okay,
there.
so I can go to Saudi Arabia and preach Christianity openly?
Not in Saudi Arabia. No, I didn't say
Oh,
this Saudi
why
Arabia.
not?
Because they have Sharia law.
Okay, so if I go to America, can I preach Christianity openly?
Hold on. You could actually preach Christianity. You just can't preach what they call it.
Brother,
Like
you
you
can't.
can't
You have to
disrespect the
practice
religion.
no, you have to practice in private,
Oh,
dude. Stop lying.
That's a lie.
that's where you're wrong at,
It's
brother.
another lie.
Dude, you
So
have to
hold on.
practice in private, bro. You cannot publicly dude, you cannot publicly evangelize or publicly be Christian in Saudi Arabia, bro. You have to do that stuff in private.
Listen, if you're trying to tell me there's no churches in Saudi Arabia?
Brother, listen to what I'm saying. What I'm telling you is that you cannot publicly evangelize or practice Christianity. Meaning, for example, if you're right here in America, right? You know how they got dawah booths?
Yeah.
You can go to a park, set up a dawah booth, bro, and try to convert people to Islam, right? Just like
Yeah.
you can go to a park and set up a Christian booth and try to convert people to Christianity. You can't
Okay.
do that in Saudi Arabia, bro.
Because people who chose to be in Saudi Arabia chose to be Muslim. So if you go there and try to do that, it's like you're going against their culture, and they have
Okay,
all
okay,
rights to think
thank
that
you. Okay, thank you. So when Muslims come here and try to do that, they're going against our culture, right?
No, but what if there's other Muslims who support the same idea?
Brother, when Muslims come to America and they try to go against that, they're going against our culture, right?
But you didn't make this culture. This
Do you
country
think it's
is
just
not.
one Christian in Saudi
What's
Arabia?
wrong with this dude?
Like it's more than one
Okay, hold
Christian
on.
in Saudi
Do
Arabia,
you, do
bro.
you, do you, do you know what American culture is?
Yes, freedom.
Okay,
Being able to do
American.
whatever.
So per our American culture, via the Constitution, Sharia law would go against that, right?
Yes, and
Okay, thank you. So the same. No, hold on, dude, because it's not clicking. Stop being a hypocrite. The same way I can respect the fact that in a Muslim country like
Okay.
Saudi Arabia, I can't go here, is the same way you should respect that when you come here, you can't do the Sharia law things that you want here. Do
No,
you
but
get it?
this is a
This
democracy
dude
where
says
people
no,
vote.
but
Hold on,
this dude, he
hold on.
says no, but
Hold
Okay,
on, but
but
this is a democracy.
it's a
these
democracy.
guys, bro, just bask in hypocrisy, bro.
Hold on, but look, this is a democracy where you're
Dude,
able to voice your opinion.
Muslim
Is that
countries
better?
are not a Muslim. Let me just say this real quick, and then I'm gonna mute for a minute. Muslim countries do not have the only right to have standard grounded laws that they want people to follow. Muslims are not the only ones that can do that, bro. Americans can as well. You
Hold on,
agree?
but if I see, are we allowed to voice our opinions on
I just
whether?
want to know. I just want to know. Do you understand what I just said, bro?
Basically, repeat it so
Are
I answer.
Americans allowed to have laws that we follow that can't that basically can ground us in how we practice religion?
Yes, you can.
Okay, thank you. So
But
just like hold on, so just like in Saudi Arabia, you guys have certain things that you want done per law.
no,
Americans
not us
have that
guys.
as
I'm not from
well.
Saudi Arabia,
We're
but
You're
speaking
not
about
even tracking.
Muslims in general, bro.
You're not even tracking, dude.
no, I'm tracking. But what you're trying, this is what I'm trying to tell you. They live in Saudi Arabia. I never even went to Saudi Arabia, but I
Where do you
understand
live
their
at
law.
now? Where do you live at
I
now?
live in the United States.
Oh, and you're a
From New York.
Muslim, right?
Yes, I'm Muslim.
Right, and you feel comfortable that you can go out and walk outside and be able to, call a prayer and try to invite someone to your religion, right?
Yes, I will
That's
be
a good
comfortable.
thing, right?
Yeah.
Right. So if a Christian was to be in Saudi Arabia or Mecca specifically, they can't do that.
Okay, but do you
So
know
which
why?
one is better?
I'm gonna tell you. There's the big difference between the two. One have a population of 320 million, brother.
That matters not, bro.
It kind of do though.
No, it doesn't.
And you got to think about how many cultures is in America versus in Saudi Arabia.
Well, that's
It
just
is
bad for
every
you.
single.
That's because the reason why there's so many cultures in America, because people actually want to come here because they know they have certain freedoms that they're going to be allowed to do. The reason why they're not, you don't see people from the West, non-Muslims, fleeing to Muslim countries because they know they're going to be restricted and they're going to be treated as second-class citizens, and they can't do certain things that they have the freedoms to do in the West.
Yes, because those countries find that Sharia law is better than the law of humankind.
Okay,
Can that make sense?
for a better overall scope for everyone, right? For everyone to live comfortable, to feel like they don't want to be persecuted for anything or subjugated to anything. Which system is better then for the majority of the world?
I would say yes, the Constitution of America. Yes.
Thank you. So Sharia law isn't better.
No. Is what you just said. If I want to do whatever I want to do, then yes, the best constitution to follow is the Constitution of America. If I want to do whatever I want to do I accept that world? No.
So let me ask you a question. If you like, you're
This dude
being a
is
Muslim,
crazy.
yeah, you see the hypocrisy. You see, if Muslims was in, all right, if Muslims in America right now
Yeah.
had to get up and leave their seats, couldn't wear certain clothing, couldn't do the Adhan prayer, call to Adhan, right? They couldn't
Um,
never be in a position of like power over a non-Muslim. Do you think that'll be good for a Muslim in America?
no.
But it's good for in a Muslim country for them to oppose them laws on
Because
non-Muslims.
because I want you to understand this. You can't compare the history of Saudi Arabia to America.
We're
America
talking about in
fought for these
general for the
Hold on.
world, bro.
But I get it. But America fought to have this. Saudi Arabia fought so it could be like that. Does that make sense?
No, we're talking about in general for the public, for everyone, for everyone.
I mean, yes, but that's not for everyone. That's for Muslims.
And that's the
People-
problem.
Okay, but what if someone goes over there and someone, let's say, think Jesus is God, right? Let's say people who thinks that. Those people can find it disrespectful.
So what?
'Cause
We
that's
can
their
find
holy place.
y'all disrespectful coming and praying in the middle of the streets and the roads and stuff. But we're
No,
not going to
but-
put you in jail or limit you from doing what you want to do as long as you're not impeding on anyone else's life, right?
But that's because you're allowed to pray in the street too. Yes?
No, why would we want to?
No, because us, you could.
Why
make
would we
prayer
want to pray in the
everywhere.
middle of the street to stop traffic?
No, you
No,
don't do. We
this
don't.
is
Nobody does
exactly
that
why.
purposely.
This is
Anybody who
exactly
does that
why
purposely,
y'all need. This is exactly
Just-
why y'all need to just go over there, bro.
Just stay in your
Look,
own countries then, bro.
Yes, like dude,
Then
look,
we
dude,
could say the
Bella,
same
listen.
thing about
Hold on one
you.
second. Yeah, we are. What do you mean? Yeah, we
How?
are. We're staying in, dude. We're staying in our country,
Same
America.
thing. Hold on. What you think I'm doing?
Brother,
I
I'm
have
not
the
about
same
to
privilege
go.
as you, brother.
I know it. You want to keep these. That's why you're not trying to go to no Muslim country.
But hold on. But do you know that's because hold on.
You like it here. Hold on, let's be real, dude. You like it here more than what it would be in a Muslim country. That's a
The fucked
fact.
up, the fucked up
The-
part,
the-
the fucked up side of me, yes, do.
What?
The fucked up side of me, do, yes, because
No,
I
that's
want to
the
be able to drink,
that's the
smoke,
real no.
and
That's
do
the
whatever I
real.
want.
No, that's the real side. You don't got to take it to the extreme to say why you stand somewhere or why you want to be here. See, this is the reason why Muslims also should not have a control aspect over America ever. Because look at how y'all think, bro. Y'all think that because somebody not wearing a hijab, they a slut. Y'all think that because somebody wants religious freedom
Hold on, hold on.
or they
Is
want
he?
the condition. Hold on, dude. Hold up. The reason why y'all want the Constitution in place so we can drink, smoke, and do all that stuff. Y'all take it to the extreme, bro.
Because
And
it is
y'all take it to
extreme.
the no, that's not because there's people out here that's living under the Constitution that's not doing none of that. See, y'all want to try to blanket it as if everybody just want to live in sin. That's why they don't want Sharia law, bro. Y'all are brainwashed to the highest degree. It's incredible. Y'all think y'all could force everybody to do whatever y'all want, and when they don't do it, they in sin. This is the reason why we don't want Muslims thinking that it's okay for them to overpopulate and spread, because all y'all can think about is Islam, Islam, Islam. Islam, Muhammad, and the stuff that came out of his mouth is always at the forefront of y'all brains to the point where y'all not even able to think outside the box. Is more
Okay.
people on this earth. Hold on, brother. Is more people on this earth. Do you think is on this earth, bro? Your book even tells you that there are non-Muslims. There are people that's gonna stray away. There are gonna be disbelievers. And yet y'all act like y'all don't understand how them people still deserve a proper way of living. Y'all want to
Yes.
subjugate
Hold
everybody.
on. If that was the case, like I told you, no Muslim would have came to America then. Do you understand that? If that was the case, right? If
The
we didn't
reason why
understand
they
what you
come
just
into
said, hold on,
America,
hold
the
on.
reason why they come into America is because of how Muslims are living in Muslim countries. They don't want to live in those countries, bro.
Hold on, what? You ever went to Saudi Arabia? What are you talking about? Have
But
you ever went to
I'm
the
not saying
UAE, brother?
everybody. I'm not saying everybody, bro. It's people out. It's people that love living in Muslim countries. I'm not saying that they don't. They all of them will leave. I'm saying the ones that flee from those countries and come over here. They come over here to America because they want the American way of living, bro. They like our freedoms over here.
Hold on, let me tell you
That's what
something.
I'm
Half,
saying.
half, half of those people that comes over here is people that Americans destroyed. That America actually was part of destroying their society. Yes or no?
Well, that's just dumb. Because
Hold on,
if
how?
but listen, hear me out.
If
Because
America destroyed their society, why would
if
they come to America?
exactly, if Saudi
Okay,
Arabia was the sole reason why my country was destroyed, why on earth will I go and live in Saudi Arabia?
ask the Japanese, brother. The Japanese got bombed by 2 nuclear bombs by America, and yet we are Japan is our greatest allies. You know
Let me
that?
ask you this. Why?
This
Okay, let
is
me ask you this.
crazy.
Let me ask you this.
Hold
Why
on, I'm
won't you?
asking.
Let me ask you this. Why won't you move to a Muslim country since you like Sharia law so much? Since you think it's good, why won't you move to a Muslim country when you get enough
It,
money? If you do or
if
do not have it now.
if I can move to Saudi Arabia tomorrow and have a home there, let's say, right? I would
Hmm.
move there tomorrow, brother.
All
But
right,
like I
cool,
said,
good.
I
All
was
right,
born
nice.
American. I'm an American. You understand?
No, that
And
don't
I'm
have
not.
no. That doesn't have nothing to do with it. You can apply for things, and there are plenty of Muslim countries that are full blown Muslims countries where you could apply for citizenship. So let's not act like that's not a possibility. But what I'm saying is that I'm asking you: is there a likelihood of you leaving America and going to go live in a Muslim country since you want to be engulfed in it so much? Would you do that?
Yes, of course. Yes.
Okay, thank you. So there's no reason for you to try to bring that here, right? To America, right?
If my people is here and I'm trying to evolve, then yes. Why wouldn't I?
No,
Okay,
I understand. I understand what you mean by evolve, but I'm saying that assimilation is necessary. You don't bring the Muslim country here. You get what I'm saying?
Now,
So
of course.
you still remain a Muslim, but you realize that you're not in a Muslim country and there are things that you cannot do. So instead of trying to turn your area and overpopulate that area or that state or that country or that city into a Muslim like area, you just
Okay.
go to a Muslim country.
Okay, let me give you an example, right? Brother, what's scary about the Constitution? The first thing about it, what's really scary about it, right, is that it could change. And it can change by not just, okay, God's
Bro,
sending a new decree, but by people.
show me anywhere where the Constitution can change, bro.
Hold on, the Constitution can change?
No, I'm saying show me anywhere where the Constitution can change.
No, I'm saying it's possible. We could change the Constitution. Yes or no? Yes or no, brother?
not the Constitution. No. The thing is, Bella, let me ask you a question. They can amend certain things, but that's not really taking place very often. But
Let
the
me
thing
tell you
is,
something.
hold on.
Okay,
The
go ahead.
same Constitution and the same rights that we give foreigners to come over here, like subsidized housing, benefits, medical, everything that's why they come here. A lot of them come here for this. If we was to go to Saudi Arabia, will we still be granted subsidized housing, medical benefits, these certain benefits that the
Of course
Americas
not.
give you?
Of course not.
Okay, thank you. So that's
But
another reason
but
why
hold on,
the
hold on.
Constitution is better. Hold on, because they don't want to have a disparity of equality in economics, right? To go from poverty just to the real, real wealthy elites. So they
I
make
get it, but
sure, and that keeps crime down. That keeps all kinds of stuff down from when people come over here from trying to make a hard earned living. They can benefit, have a little cushion to where when these things start to happen, right? They can
yeah.
actually get on their feet. But if we was to go to Saudi, that's nothing like that. So even by that, you still admit that what we have in our constitution and the way we run our governments is better than Sharia law. It's just better in every single way.
But what I'm gonna tell you, brother, is we also have the right to think that Sharia law might be better, right?
You got the
Because
right to think that, but just because you think that, that doesn't mean it's true when you put it up and you weigh it against what's out there. We're not talking about communism. We're not talking about, fascism. We're talking about a democracy.
yes,
A
and
democracy
democracy.
is the better way, no matter what.
Yes, but democracy also can be scary. I seen that the last year when this DEI shit started popping up. I seen that's possible in democracy, and
When
that scared the
ISIS,
shit out of me. No, when I seen DEI, not DEI.
oh,
This transgender thing. You get what I'm saying? This LGBTQ thing. I seen the weakness to a democracy. That's what's scary about democracy. Because what you don't understand is, if tomorrow the whole half of the world decides that there's no such thing as genders, there's just a gender. It could be male or female. It don't matter.
that don't
Male or
have nothing to do with
female. Don't matter.
that don't have nothing to do with this though.
No, but we're talking about the Constitution and laws, right? This is what the law over here allows. It allows for that to happen. So, like I said, the only thing, what they call it?
Oh, so you
Tomorrow
don't
you
want?
go.
Oh, so hold on. So let me get this straight. You don't want people to be able to think for themselves and be able to identify what they want to be. You don't want people to be able to do this.
I don't want people to be able to what they call it, choose to change the world the way it is just because of how they feel.
Why are you insecure in your masculinity or something?
Of course not.
Do it
But
affect
like,
you?
no, but yes, it do. In a
In which
very,
way? Which way does it affect you?
because I plan to have kids, brother.
Okay, when you have kids, are you going to be the sole proprietor of your kids and be able to establish good values in your kid?
I'm gonna be one part of it. Yes.
Somebody else is going to be able to do that?
You said somebody else?
Yeah, are you going to have the strongest influence on your kid's life?
It's part of being a great parent to do that, yes.
Okay, so
if
why are you worried about what other people doing?
Because my kid won't just live with me. You understand? Right now, I'm a grown man today. Like I said, I grew up in this society my people back here built. That's the society we live in today. Do you understand? Now, let's say we sit here and we decide on the society that our next generation gonna live on, and it's gonna be them not being able to decide what's a female and a male. It's something as simple as that. That's scary, brother. And that's what I'm trying to tell you.
If you was to raise your kid, would they be able to decide what's a female and a male? Are you going to
Repeat
make
that, brother?
sure? Are you going to be able to make sure that your kid will be able
Yeah.
to decipher what is a female and what is a male?
Yes.
Okay, so why are you worried about what other people doing?
Because seeing all of these people had the same thing. I promise you, the same people that's voting for trans or whatever, everything, their parents did not sit down for that. They
It
did
sounds
not
like you
vote for
don't
that.
want. It sounds like you're not confident on your skills enough to be a parent to where you can actually
No.
make sure that your kid doesn't go into this harmful ideology.
No, that's because I know I'm not. My kid is not gonna be just. My kid not gonna be raised based on just my values. She's gonna be, he or she gonna be raised on based on the values of society, and this is the society I live in. Do you understand? And that's why, like I said, right, it's very scary.
Watch this. Watch this.
What democracy can do.
Are
I'm
you
not
are
saying I
you
don't
are
support
you
it.
are you
Hello,
You don't
hello.
have kids yet, right?
I have kids, yes.
Okay. Are you making sure that they're being Muslims and being raised in the correct Muslim way?
Yes.
Okay. So what on earth are you talking about what these other people doing?
Okay,
It's
okay.
not
I'm gonna give
affecting
you.
them because you're making sure that your kids are Muslims and they're having the correct Muslim values according to you. So what on earth
Beautiful.
does it matter what they doing over here on the other thing? You handle
Okay,
your business as a father and handle your business internally in your home. That's all you can do. Anything
okay, but
else, then that's just what they got to do. They don't aren't they going to have to answer to your God for that?
yes, but I'm gonna give you an
Okay, so
example,
why are
right?
you worried about it? Why would you have to force them to not be able to do this when
Be-
you are making sure that you have your rights and you are implementing your rights to how you want to be viewed or how your kids want to be? And if they want to do that according to them, according to the Constitution, according to what how we live, then that's their rights. They're going to be judged accordingly in the afterlife or anywhere, right? So this not
yes,
your
but
job. The thing I'm saying, it's not your job to dictate to other people what they can and can't do.
of course not. Of course not. But
Okay, so
I
why are
could
you
choose to
sitting there trying
support.
to do it?
But okay, see, I'm gonna give you an example. In your world, right? What you just described, that's what your ideal world look like. In my world, no matter what it is, right? No matter what I decide to accept, I do not want to live in a world where we don't know what a female and a male is. Does that make sense to you, brother?
You can't change the world, bro.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But it was possible. It almost
Oh,
happened.
so under your worldview, everybody would not have the same equal rights to choose to do what they want to do. Under your perfect worldview.
Under my perfect world, no. What? No, no, no.
Under your
What I'm?
perfect worldview,
Yes.
everyone shouldn't have the right to live their life accordingly and be able to choose what they want to do or what they don't want to do.
No, not everyone. I would tell you that. Yes, not everyone. But hold on. How am I wrong though?
See, that's just wrong because you want those those rights. You want to be able to do what you want to do. You want to be able to say, I want to do this. I don't want to do this. But for some people, you don't want them to have that right to do that.
No, I did not tell you that, brother.
That's what
I
you
said,
just said. Not
hold on.
everyone
You
should be
said,
able to
hold
do
on. You
this.
said, hold on. You said that everyone. I know criminals. I know people who lie for a living. You understand? I don't think that person deserves the same life as someone who tells the truth or someone, you know what I'm saying, who wants to tell the truth. That makes sense?
No, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking
But
about
let's
there's
get into
people.
something of some substance, bro. Let's get into something of some substance because that's. I think we already done showed. You know,
Nah, I want to know what
your
Muslim, what answer
inconsistencies.
can Muslim answer? It says Muslim can't answer this question. What question?
Yeah. Did Allah want people to believe that Jesus was crucified?
Say that again.
Did Allah want people to believe that Jesus was crucified?
No,
Okay. So who made it appear that Jesus was crucified?
no. He didn't say he made it appear. He said it appeared so to
Okay.
the non. It
Okay. And
appeared so,
who
and
had
I
the
made it
power to
appear.
do this? Who had the power to make it appear that Jesus was crucified when he really wasn't?
Oh, God.
So it was Allah that made people
No,
think that
hold
Jesus
on.
was
You asked me
crucified.
two different things. You said who is capable of doing that, and you
Is
also asked
anybody else?
me.
Can anybody else do this?
Yes, I can. Hold on. I want you to ask this. I want you to know. Can you trick people? Are you capable of tricking people? You yourself.
Yes, I'm able to trick somebody if I was. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
So what?
perfect. Okay, so then you just contradicted yourself.
No. So no. I'm saying who was it? I'm not powerful
Hold on.
enough
You
to make
you
it look
you.
like Jesus was crucified. Somebody actually got beat, whipped, nails through their hands, up there for hours. I'm not that powerful. I don't know
That,
who you talking to that's powerful that can do that.
okay, what
And
I'm
be able
trying
to
to.
trick their own mother to believe in and all of his followers that lived with him for 3 years to make them think that that was actually the same person on the. I'm not that powerful. Do you know somebody that powerful?
It's possible.
Who?
I would say it's possible.
Who?
I don't know. I just said it's possible. But what I'm gonna tell you is
You don't
right?
know.
Hold on. You asked me something. You said who made that, right? Who made it appear like that?
Okay.
I told you.
You doing a lot of double talking, bro. So what we gonna do? We gonna keep track of what you say.
No.
Okay.
What I'm.
You said Allah didn't want people
No.
to think Jesus was crucified.
No. First of all,
That's
I
what you
didn't tell you
said.
nothing. I can't tell you what God thinks unless He tells me. Nothing. I can tell you nothing of what God thinks unless He tells me. And what I'm trying to tell you is what He said. He said it appeared so. He said He didn't say He made it appear so. So like I said, if you say it's possible for Him to make it appear so, yes, I would tell you yes. But like I said,
Okay,
that's
so
not what it said.
who did it? So who did it then? Who made it appear that Jesus was crucified?
No. Say it appeared. It appeared
Who?
so.
No. If it wasn't Allah who did it, who made it?
The disbelief in your heart. That's
The
what it is.
disbelief made it look like.
No, because if let's say you believe that a human can be God, then of course that's
No.
gonna
That's
say.
not what we're talking about.
Then what you're talking about?
The disbelief made it look like Jesus was crucified.
Yes, the disbelief in your heart is what created that. The right Muslims seen it and they knew a man was put up there.
According to your own situations, sources, did the followers of Isa believe that he was crucified?
No.
Really?
Hold on, because let me tell you this.
So hold on. You said no. The followers of Isa, because I gotta keep track of y'all, man. Y'all be lying so much. Didn't think he was crucified.
He was.
That's right. The followers of Isa didn't think he was crucified.
No.
Okay.
We knew. Hold on, but I want you to know this. What we looked at, we seen someone being hung, someone being beat up, and someone being unalived.
Did they think that was Isa?
And they thought that was Isa, the non-believers.
No, his followers. Did they think that was Isa?
The hypocrites, yes. But
no,
not
his followers. His followers. Did his followers think that was Isa on the cross?
I would say some. Then if you're saying if that's how you're basing
some of his followers was misled. So some of them.
Yeah, some of them.
Okay. And Allah didn't have anything to do with this. Would Allah mislead some of Isa's followers?
No, God lets the human yourself
they're his followers. Was Isa believers Muslim?
Okay.
Were they Muslim?
The followers of Isa, yes. The true followers of Isa.
So did Allah mislead Muslims?
No.
Okay, so that means all of his followers didn't believe he was crucified.
I said some of them, right? But I want you to understand this. Hold on.
Hold on, bro. You going back and forth. Yes, no. Did all of his followers believe he was crucified? Yes or no?
No. You asked me that already. I
Okay.
said
No, but you said yes. Okay, but did some of his followers believe that he was crucified?
Yes.
That is a contradiction.
You just said all of his followers. Did all of his followers believe he was crucified? I said no. I said some of them did believe he was crucified. The ones who
did some of them believe? So that means all of his followers didn't believe that he was crucified, right?
Yes, not all of his followers believed he was crucified. Yes.
Okay. Did some of his followers believe he was crucified?
Some, yes.
Okay. Were they all Muslim?
I can tell you that.
You just
Think
said
about
they
this.
was all Muslims just now.
No. Listen.
Were they
let me
all
tell you why.
Muslim?
I can't tell you that.
Was
Is
that
that
all?
a
Were
right-
they all
That's a
Muslim?
logical answer.
Was they all Muslim?
I can't tell you that, brother.
All right. See, this is why I said Muslims can't answer this question. Thank you for coming up, bro.
Hold on, but
Watch out. Nah. Watch your head on the way out. You see, this is why you have to write down what they say. You write down what they say. He didn't have 5 lies, 4 lies, 2 fallacies while he was on the panel already. Maybe even more. I'm pretty sure I missed a few of them. This is why I did this. Lie counter, and you have to write down what they say because they will renege and go back on what they just said 10 seconds ago. It's right there in his face, and he's still denying what he said. He's still denying what he said, bro. Watch your head.
Watch your head down, yeah.
This is
Watch
insane.
your head.
Who's coming up?
Yo.
What's up, Q1?
Yeah, so what's the issue with Sharia being imposed in the West?
How long you been here?
What, in the West?
How long have you been here watching this?
Well, on the live.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you heard us go through it.
Like 5 minutes.
Huh?
5 minutes.
No, I was talking to that guy for about 10 minutes on the
What you
crucifixion.
mean, no? How you gonna tell me no?
Because I was talking to that guy about 10 minutes on the crucifixion. We've been left that alone.
No, bro. Bro. How
See?
you gonna tell me no?
See, this is how I got to put the lie counter up for you already.
It's already put that lie count when I did a lie.
Yeah, you
Tell me
lied
the lie that I
already.
said.
You've been here more than
What was
10
the lie
minutes.
that I said? What was the lie that I said?
Because you said you only been there for 5 minutes, and then I was talking to him for at least 10 minutes just on the crucifixion.
Yeah,
So you lied. That's one lie already. You 3 lies, you're out. Just be honest. Just be honest. We don't mind talking to you about it, bro. Just be honest, bro.
How does you talking to him for 10 minutes mean I was here for 10 minutes? How does that even follow? That's a non-sequitur.
Because people in the chat say you was even in the chat bumping.
Bro, I don't care about the chat, bro.
Yeah, they know you was in the chat talking crap the whole time.
To who? Who was I talking to?
The chat.
Hey, look at his lie.
What you mean? Look, Auxiliary. We saw you in the comments. Takia.
Look, name one person.
Stop lying, bro. They all in the chat. Look at them, bro. They all in the chat. They seen you, bro.
If he was here for 5 minutes, there would be no reason for him to come up and ask that question.
Ask that
'cause
question.
You couldn't have got that from that conversation.
That's 2 lies already. Go ahead, Life. You can talk to him about that. I don't want to speak to him. He a liar. Oh, he left. He left, I see. I think I got somebody on YouTube. Yeah, I can hear you. Sound like your mic is popping though. Say something, bro.
Test. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
You got a bad mic. Can you drop and come back?
Okay, sure.
Or if you got headphones in, can you take them out?
Okay, sure. I'll try.
All right. Hey, I think you should be able to talk to him live when he comes back. Hopefully, if I got this right.
Yes, I'm back in. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear him live?
Yeah, but I ain't able to talk right now.
Oh, okay. What you say, bro? Go ahead.
So does it work? It works properly now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah? Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I just wanted to join because I heard a bit of the talk that you had with the previous guest, and I just wanted to sort of give my thoughts as well. If I'm not mistaken, you guys were talking about Saudi Arabia and talking about Sharia and talking about the US, and that Muslims have the right to do certain things in the US that non-Muslims wouldn't be able to do in Islamic countries. Am I right?
Yeah, it kind of stemmed from an earlier live that we was on, right?
Oh, okay.
And they was arguing what is best for the US. Sharia, well, specifically African Americans in the US. But we don't want to just restrict it to just African Americans, because there's more than African Americans live in the US.
Right.
Right? So we saying, well, for the country as a whole, what would be best for the US? Sharia,
Right.
or the modern government that we have right now? It's a republic,
That's
but
right.
we lean heavily on democracy and the democratic values.
Right. I think personally, any Muslim who would come forward and claim, and I'm a Muslim myself, and would claim that the United States would be better off with Sharia right now would be a fool. Because this is a very foolish statement. Very foolish statement. Because Islam does not teach Muslims to create Sharia in any country that they establish themselves in, and disregard the people that live in that country, disregard the culture of the people that live in that country. In fact, we are guests. We come to their country. It's not our country. How can we impose Sharia onto the people that live there? That's ridiculous. Now, if we were to compare it to an Islamic country, a country that's already established on Islamic, a foundation, on an Islamic foundation and pillars and beliefs, then that's a completely different story, because we are the people rooted to that country. Now, if non-Muslims come to our country, then yes, we would say, okay, there are certain rules that we have that you would have to abide by. It's your choice to accept or to decline. If you decline, you can leave. If you accept, you're more than welcome. And Saudi Arabia is a perfect example for this, where there are expats, including from the US, living in Saudi Arabia, and they have chosen to accept certain customs and certain rules that they have over there, stemming from Islam, but also stemming heavily from Saudi culture, which is different. There's a big difference between culture and religion, of course, even though lots of people, mix them. And in that case, when people decide to accept these rules and customs, and sure, they're more than welcome to live in Saudi Arabia. But and I think you mentioned as well earlier that there are Muslims, for example, in the US, choosing to pray in the streets or something, and therefore blocking traffic. This is ridiculous. There's nowhere in Islam teaching a Muslim to say, go out in the street and pray here because you'll get reward for this or something, or go ahead and block the traffic because then you're a good Muslim. Of course not. This is based on ignorance on the Muslims' part, that they choose to do something like that without thinking about what is the consequence of my action. We as Muslims are actually taught to be.
I got you. I got you. And I really appreciate your take on it. And I think that will be the correct way of looking at things in how you believe things should have went. But we can see from the history of Islam, through Islamic conquest, most of these heavily Muslim countries, they wasn't Muslim to begin with. They were actually Christian countries, or let's say secular countries, but that wasn't even really a thing back in the 7th century. And then they imposed Sharia on them. This is how they became Sharia countries, because when the Muslims came and they took over through conquest, they imposed Sharia on them.
Right.
And I think the reason, let me finish this. And I think the reason why most Muslims know that they can't do this to the West is because we are too strong militarily for any country, especially America. We can almost fight the world, right, by ourselves because we have that strong of a military. They know they can't do it militarily and conquest us and impose Sharia law. So they're trying to usurp that way of the old way of how through conquest, and they trying to do it sneakily, sly, and try to use our own constitution against us having these religious freedoms, right, and rights to try to change things in the country, which is a good thing because all countries I think should listen to their citizens and try to change it for the betterment of the citizens. But this is what these Muslims that come over and they want this. They're trying to use our own system that's set up for us to try to change it and get it to a Sharia ran country,
Right.
which I agree
Okay.
is nonsense. But go ahead.
Yeah, if their objective would be to secretly turn the United States into an Islamic country, then yes, this would be foolish, and this is not expected of them to do this. But if they make use of rules that the United States offers them, and the freedom is offered to them to establish institutions, to preach within the law, and these sorts of things, then yes, of course, it's logical that they make use of these things and they spread Islam in the legal ways, in the lawful ways. I don't think necessarily that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, the thing is they utilizing the very freedoms, right? Because it's hypocritical on both in a stance. They're using the freedoms of them being able to do this to try to change it to where once it's a Sharia ran country, these freedoms are no longer granted to the general public. And now once it's Sharia ran, it's only going to be Sharia. You're not going to be able to evangelize to some people. Some people won't be, especially Jews and Christians. Then the jizya will be enforced, right? Then they can't arm themselves. Could you know about the Pact of Umar in 929, according to 929 in the Quran? Do you know about this? And they give you a whole list of what Jews and Christians can't do under Sharia. The Jews and the Christians, like if we have like a regular job, they can never be a boss over a Muslim, right? They can't ride horses. They can't bury their dead with their dead, which is I don't care really too much about that. They can't ring the church bells. They can't call out and evangelize to Muslims to try to get them, but Muslims can evangelize to non-Muslims to try to bring them in through dawah. But Sharia doesn't permit these other non-Muslim religions to do the same thing as they can do as far as being a Muslim.
Yes, and that is indeed correct. When you indeed have a truly Islamic country that really rules by Sharia, then yes, a number of the things that you've just mentioned would indeed be applicable. So yes, Jews and Christians would be protected by Sharia. They would be protected in the sense of that if a war were to break out, the Muslims are obligated to protect and defend the Christians, the Jews, and the Muslims, all the inhabitants of the country. So there are also some pros, of course, but some of the cons would be indeed that when you're a Jew or a Christian, you would not be able to publicly practice your religion or preach your religion. And that is due to the fact that the Islamic country is an Islamic country ruling by the Sharia. So in order to protect and safeguard these rules, it is, in my opinion, pretty logical that you wouldn't allow other religions to practice and preach that religion publicly, because that would go against the dominant law. However, it is allowed for them to practice and preach within the buildings, within their own institutions, as long as it's not public. So if they decide to meet up somewhere in a building and they would have their sermon over there, fine, no problem at all. Go ahead and do that, as long again it's not in public.
And that's the hypocrisy about it all. That's the hypocrisy
It,
about it
yes, you
all.
could say
The
it's
the
hypocritical because in the US
yes,
you have these laws that would allow Muslims to actually do the call of prayer out loud and practice your religion publicly, etc. But that's got to do with the fact that we are comparing not apples to apples, but apples to bananas. Because an Islamic country, if we were to compare an Islamic country that is practicing Sharia, we would best compare that to a Christian state, which we don't really have, but a truly Christian state, maybe the Vatican, that rule by the.
but Muslims can still go there. Muslims can still they're right in Mecca. Let's say Mecca, because let's say the Vatican is the most holy site to Christians as far as Catholics, right? Muslims can still go there. They can still evangelize. They can still do whatever they want to do. They're not going to be put in prison. They're not going to be taxed. Yeah, there's no there's they even bro in the Vatican they even have prayer rooms for Muslims. They even have prayer rooms for Muslims. Muslims, there is nothing restrictive when a Muslim go to the Vatican than when a Christian go to the Vatican. They can do all the same things. But the Muslims, right? But the Christians can't do the same things if they was to go to Mecca, right? What they're building one right now. Like they're building a grand well, they have it in the works. They're building a big mosque, they're building another big church. They're building another, I think it's like some type of maybe Hindu center or something like that, to where all of these religions can go there and do their work. People can go there and do their worship. Like, okay, so it is a mosque on it.
A library, if I'm not mistaken, and there they said because there are Islamists coming to the Vatican to study or do certain things, they're allowed to, because they're Muslims and they pray five times a day, we allow them to pray in that room. In an Islamic country, the same thing would happen, as long as it wouldn't be public. So there would be a room, and that room has a door, and the door can be closed, and you say, go ahead, you can do your rites and whatever you need to do in that room, that's fine. But that's very different from going out in the street and practice your religion publicly.
Can you bring up a law that's in the Vatican that says that Muslim can't do this? Because I'm not aware of it. If you're telling the truth,
okay.
then I'm right there with you.
Well, yeah,
that
it isn't
I would
really
have to look it
about
up. Sorry, I haven't
it isn't
studied
about what they
their
can't
laws
build.
that I can quote it right now, but
Go
I
ahead,
would
Life.
have to look it up.
No, I was saying he's right
You might have a
about
little.
the building. He's right about the building, but he's wrong about the entering. So they can go, but they can't build around inside Vatican City.
You can hear Life, Usama.
Yeah, again?
Did you just hear what he said?
No, could you repeat it, please?
Yeah. They can go to the Vatican. They have no problem going there, but you're right about them not being able to build one in Vatican City.
No, I'm talking about
Right.
evangelizing. Can they
I don't know
evangelize? That's why I said I don't know if he can bring it up, then he can show me. But if you want to respond to Life, go ahead, Usama.
Yeah, so if I'm not mistaken, the guy that just I'm not sure who he is, so I'm not very familiar with your program. But the guy who just commented, he said I'm right indeed about the fact that Muslims cannot build a mosque, for example, in Vatican City, but there is a room that has been established, in the library, etc. And that's a different thing. But we're talking about being able to publicly practice your religion, and that's why I said we should compare apples to apples, because the United States is not similar to a Sharia country. A Sharia country is really an Islamic country based and ruled, based on and ruled by the Sharia. So we should best, compare it to a Christian state that would really be ruled by the rules of the Bible and the Torah and whatnot. And then Vatican City is maybe something that comes close to it.
That comparison. Yeah, I wouldn't even say try to make that comparison. I mean, if that's the conversation you guys are having, then fine. But it was just more so about leaving the American culture to what it is. This isn't this
Because
isn't comparing what other countries do. I've
yeah,
been to
I
plenty of
think
countries and I respect what they do and I assimilate when I'm there. I'm not trying to change it. That's the point.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
And
and
I think Muslims shouldn't do the same thing in the United States because
Yeah,
that
but
it's
they
not their
are.
job
That's
to
the
do
point.
that. Yeah, well, they shouldn't. They shouldn't. So I guess we can agree on that. That Muslims should not try to change the country in a way that their objective is let's turn the United States into an Islamic country. No, but if they mean let's change certain rules to make it more accommodating for Muslims, sure, I'm with them. If they say yeah, certain things for Muslims are really difficult around here, and let's advocate for certain things so that we have these rights too. Okay, sure, I can get that. But if the sole objective is to turn the United States into an Islamic country, no, I would disagree with that.
Yeah, you would but would you be willing to actively go after the people who are doing this because they're actually preaching this and they're actually giving examples too of why they are able to do it?
Could you be more specific? Like, could you give an example, a specific example of what they do or how they bring it?
Yeah, there's a video. I gotta once I get to my destination, I can actually pull it out and actually show you the video. But basically, so there's a. Are you a Sunni?
Yes, I am.
Okay, yeah. So, are you familiar with the narration that says that it will enter every household?
Yeah.
Okay, so they use that and then they pair that with the lack of assimilation. And so they say,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
if
but
we're here to spread.
yeah.
And once we get the numbers, then we'll change because we were granted this land. We were granted the
Right.
whole world.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah, the hadith indeed mentions about the fact that there will be a time. There will be a time that, so it's like a prophecy. There will be a time where the message of Islam will reach every single household on earth. This is a prophecy about the future. That doesn't mean that we as Muslims have to physically try to make sure that the message of Islam will enter every household. In fact, some scholars, they interpret this hadith as in the following way. They say it's a very amazing prophecy because what we see is that before, at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, when he said this, there was no internet, obviously. But he said, there will be a time, so it's a prophecy, there will be a time where the message of Islam will reach every household on earth. So some scholars said this prophecy has in fact manifested because of the internet, because the message of Islam has reached most, if not all, households on earth. But that doesn't mean that they actually have to accept it. It's just about the fact that the message has reached everyone because everyone has heard about something relating to Islam, something relating to the Qur'an, something relating to Prophet Muhammad, without maybe knowing the details, but still something that is part of Islam has been spread around the world. Anyway,
Yeah.
there's no.
I never said anything about physical, right? Even though that is something what they do. And I'm not
Yeah,
saying that
right,
they do it
and that would be
everywhere,
completely wrong.
but I mean, I don't know. I would beg to differ.
Yeah, I think it'd be completely
I don't know.
wrong if.
I just feel like I agree with how you're coming at it, and I would like for more people like you to actually band together to try to go against the force. But we just don't see that at all. We usually just see you guys denying what it says for itself, and then you just kind of that's it. You just kind of leave it at that.
Yeah, And that's truly unfortunate, because there's a lot of ignorance. Unfortunately, there's a lot of ignorance amongst the Muslims themselves. A lot of ignorance having to do with just knowing about their religion. And we see that all the time. We see lots of Muslims calling themselves Muslims, but they don't even pray 5 times a day, for example. Or they do everything that God forbids, but they call themselves Muslims. And if you ask them why, then they say, yeah, because, this is how I was brought up. And this is exactly what is mentioned in the Qur'an, where God mentions that these people, they just say, yeah, I'm of the religion of my forefathers. And this is not the way it's supposed to be. Just because my forefathers or my
No, I see what
mummy
you're
and
saying,
daddy
but I see
are,
what you're saying, but
yeah,
that's the point, right? Is that when we read the sources and we see that they are putting that stuff into play, guys like you just come out and say that they're not supposed to do that. We don't
right,
see that to be the case. Like, we see why they're doing it.
yeah. Yeah, and this has got to do with ignorance, because it's all there. It's all there in the books of the scholars, the people who actually
How
have
is
the
it
knowledge.
ignorant when this happened in history? How is it ignorance? Are you
Because
familiar
what
with the
happened
letter
in,
that was sent? Are you familiar with the letters that were sent to kings?
yes, definitely. And
Right. What did he and
what
what did he
happened,
hold on. Wait, hold on real quick.
yeah.
And what did he say if they denied it?
Yeah, so what happened was these people, these kings and rulers, were invited to Islam. At that
And
time, you
what
have to
happened when and
understand,
what it but what was the response if they denied? What did he say he would do?
well, that differed from situation to situation, but generally, I understand where you're trying to get to, which is that eventually they would get into a war, because they would try and
Exactly.
fight for their
Thank you.
rights, or they would try to spread
Exactly.
the
So
message towards
right.
those
So an
regions.
invitation and word, are you able to bring this up? I want to read this in context too.
Okay, what you trying to bring up? My bad. I had to do something real quick.
Yeah, so in context, right? He understands what we're talking about too, but for everybody to read it too, we could just all read it
Yeah,
together.
what you trying to bring
There
up, like?
the letters that was sent out where they were calling people to join the religion.
Oh,
Do
from
you the
Muhammad.
the P- yeah, the PDF is on, I think
I
if you just
think I
type it
saved
in,
it, but I have to look
yeah,
through all
yeah.
of my sources. But
It's very easy to find.
all right, what is it?
Let me see if I can find it real quick. Hold up.
I think it's 5 letters sent. I think it's 5 letters. Can you hear me, Usama?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure sent to. Sent by Muhammad. I think it's something like this. See PDF.
Check your text. You might have to. You could just type that in too, but it's on archive. But I sent
Oh,
it
I
to you.
think the letters of the Prophet Muhammad. Oh yeah, that's it.
Hmm.
Okay, hold on. Let me put. I'm gonna put it on the screen so people can see it. Hold on. Let me see.
Okay, for sure.
Might have to expand it. Let me see. All right, blow it up.
Go to the ones that was sent to Jafir.
Let me get.
Oh, keep scrolling.
Let me get minimize that.
It's
Hold on.
towards it's towards the bottom.
The Abyssinia.
Keep going.
The Mukakwa. Okay.
All right, I think we're coming up on that.
That's to
Scroll. Yeah, I
Persian.
think it's past that one.
That's to Rome. The letter to what was his
Keep
name?
going. It's like his name's like Jafir.
King of
I think we're
Damascus.
coming up on it.
Oh, here you go, right here.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, read that to the guest on YouTube and let him and see if we're inaccurate of because he's saying that, oh, they're not supposed to do this, but this is literally what they were doing.
Can y'all see
Right.
this?
Scroll up. Scroll up.
Okay.
There we go. Start there
I
first.
would just, oh, yeah.
Can
I
you
would
see
just
this,
like to-
Osama?
I can, I'm on my phone, by the way, for context. So I can see that you're sharing something on the right, and I see the sentences, but if you could zoom in a little bit, maybe that would help me to actually read it.
I'm trying to make it so it can fit on the total of the screen. So
Yeah, now I can definitely see this, but you would have to scroll a little towards the right.
This is a crazy format too, Word. You gotta tell me how you did this.
oh, you like that?
Yeah. You got it going on OBS, man.
Yeah, I end up, man, playing with it and seeing what I can do. But all right, can you should be able to see that, right?
Yeah, I can see this.
Okay, go ahead. You can read it. Start reading.
Should I read it?
Oh, you want me to read it? I can read it. It don't matter.
Yeah, I mean, okay, go ahead. You can read it. Fine.
It says, this is a letter to the king of Oman, Jafir, and his brother Abd al-Jalandi. It says, in the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful, from Muhammad bin Abdullah to Jafir and his brother. Peace be upon him who follows true guidance. Thereafter, I invite both of you to the call of Islam. Embrace Islam. Allah has sent me as a prophet to all his creatures in order that I may instill fear of Allah in the hearts of his disobedient creatures, so that there may be left no excuse for those who deny Allah. If you too accept Islam, you will remain in command of your country. But if you refuse my call, you've got to remember that all your possessions are perishable. My horsemen will appropriate your land, and my prophethood will assume preponderance over your kingship. You want to keep going, Life, or you want to say something about that part?
Yeah, that was good so far. And if you want to get into the dialogue between them, I think if you scroll down, you can read that. But right now, he can address this because he keeps telling us that what they're doing, they shouldn't be doing it, but they did it here.
Right. I'm gonna drop this in the chat too for people on YouTube, and if anybody on TikTok that want to go over and see it, I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. But go ahead, Osama.
Yeah. So my response would be, what you're trying to say here, right? Your notion is let's connect these letters to what is happening right now in the United States. I've been telling you in the past few minutes that Muslims in the United States should not be spreading the message of Islam in a way that means go and force the Americans to believe in Islam, go and physically force Islam upon other people, impose it on other people. Those things. I've been saying that's wrong, and you can read that in numerous scholarly texts. Okay, so you're telling me, yeah, okay, but let's have a look at these letters, and we see something different. We see that, in fact, Islam was being imposed on others and being spread. And my response would be, yes, I agree. The reason why there's no contradiction between the two is because these letters are context specific. So at that time, Islam was established, and it had a form of authority after a number of years. So it was already pretty well established. But now it had to be spread, just the way Christianity, by the way, also had to be spread. And what's interesting about how Christianity spread was Christianity was never at that time in a power of authority under the Romans. The Romans were in power. In fact, the Christians were treated so badly by the Romans until Christianity grew to such a position that they, in fact, became an authority. The moment they started becoming an authority, they also started spreading Christianity in a vile way by the sword.
I'm
Muslims
sorry.
did the same
What is
thing.
this? What does this have to do with the letter? Can you explain why they did what they did here?
Yes,
And why are you saying that
the
they? Why are you saying and provide us with any source that proves that you can't do this anymore? You're just saying, oh
because
yeah,
yes,
well, because what you did was
yeah,
is at first you tried to say that they're ignorant and they shouldn't be doing
yes,
this, but we
correct.
see in
Because
your
again,
history
it's context
this is.
specific.
Hold on one
It's
second,
context specific. That's
because
why.
yeah, I know it's context specific, but you're not providing any adequate answer as to why it is and why this is the case.
Okay.
You're
The
not
answer,
proving why they're not allowed to do something like this today, which they still are. You're just saying, oh,
right?
they're wrong for doing it, but they're still
Yeah,
doing it.
and I
So
was trying
provide.
to address that by like I've just introduced my like it was in a sort of introduction to my
Yeah, but
answer.
what you were talking about
Um,
had absolutely nothing to do with address, like how you can prove that they're not supposed to be doing this today,
I
because they
beg to
are.
differ, and the reason why is because I like to give comprehensive answers and not simple like gotcha answers that are just very short and sweet. And here's your answer, because unfortunately, a lot of these things are not so simple to address, and people love oversimplifications by going with, okay, this is the answer, or this is one sentence or two sentences I can answer the issue. But that's not religion. Religion is very complex. There are more layers to it, so we have to understand the context.
Yeah, I
So that's what I'm
understand
saying.
that,
This is context
but
specific.
yeah, Christianity doesn't have anything to do with that context.
Okay.
So you can explain the context without going on
Right.
for 3 minutes about
So,
Christianity.
okay, sure. So what I was trying to say is, just like Islam spread by the sword partly, Christianity also had to spread by the sword partly. So there's no difference between that. If you want to know the details about that, Google is your best friend. You can look that up. Now, why is it different? Why is it different what the Prophet Muhammad did at that time from what the Muslims are supposed to be doing now? Why would that be a difference? Because of the context again. At that time, Islam had to spread. There was a reason for it to be spread. Whereas now, when you go to a non-Islamic country, where we find in the Qur'an that Allah tells us you can ally with the non-Muslims, you can
Let me
ally
ask you a
with the
question.
Christians and the Jews, as long as they do not drive
Let me
you
ask you
out
a
of your
question.
homes, they
Let
can
me
be
ask you
your
a question.
allies. It's mentioned in the Quran.
Let me ask you a
So,
question. Because you tried to
yeah,
impose forced conversion on us. Is forced conversion wrong?
yes, it is.
It is. Okay, on both sides of the
Now
room,
it
right?
is.
So whoever did it
Now
back
it
then was
is.
wrong, right? Wait. So whoever did it back then was wrong, right?
No, because again, now it would be in the context of a Muslim coming to the US and be like, hey, are you Muslim? No, I'm not. You must be a Muslim. Right now, you must convert. That's not possible. In the Quran, Allah says, La ikraha fi din. There is no compulsion in religion. So that's
Yeah.
not possible.
So yeah,
The
forced
context behind,
conversion has never
again,
been okay. You
the
see how I can say
context,
that? So can you say it?
again, again,
Forced conversion has never been okay. So you see how I
no,
can say
no,
it, but you
I
can't?
would disagree with that because of the word never.
Right. I know you disagree with it because this is what your guys did.
So are you
Yes,
You have
and the
to
saying?
be okay with
context,
it.
Let's make it clear. So are you saying sometimes being able to force people into a religion is okay?
no, it's not forcing the people specifically by saying you must now convert, because you still have the choice to choose whether you convert or not. What we're trying to say here, or what these letters were trying to say, is I invite you to Islam, embrace it, and if you don't, we will fight you. That is different from saying
So
you
that's
must now
being
accept.
forced, right?
Right. What are you talking? Like, come
I
on, bro. Do you
understand
hear
that you.
that?
Yeah, okay. So let me clarify because that's necessary, I notice. So when you say embrace the religion, okay, without an element of force yet. So I'm saying embrace the religion. You
There's an or
choose
else, right?
whether you
Wait. Hold on, brother.
believe or not. However,
Hold on.
if you,
Hold on.
as a
Wait,
ruler,
brother.
do not
There's an
accept
or
the
else, right?
religion, we will have to invade.
He can hear you. It sounds like he just
Yeah,
not.
no, he probably just wants to just keep talking. There's an or else, right?
There is an or else? Yeah, what do you mean?
Okay. Why?
It's an ultimatum that was given, right?
Yes, and the ultimatum is if you do not
What?
convert, then we will invade.
So that's by
Why?
force, right?
No. Why is it not
Oh,
about
come on.
force?
Okay, if they
Why is it
said
not about
if they was
force?
to say no, we don't want to convert, or then is it will they come and invade?
It's a consequence.
It's a consequence.
Exactly.
So the
after we
consequence is
invade,
you okay. So the consequence
Af-
is if you don't convert, we will invade and take your land from you. Okay.
correct.
So is that putting pressure on the ones that don't want to convert to now convert to Islam?
Absolutely.
So
it
that's being
applies pressure
so that means it's being coerced in some type of way. That's
in
force.
some type
That's
of
being
way.
forceful.
In
Yes.
some type of way. Yes,
That's
in some
forceful.
type of way. But it's not. Yes, it is a forceful way, but it's not the same as forcing or as saying, I have a gun here and I hold it against your head. You say, right now, I believe, or I'll shoot. That's a different thing.
That's basically what he's saying in the letter.
No,
right now,
because
you okay?
when someone
I don't
is
think you
seated
now.
and
You're
I have
not
a
being
gun.
brother.
No, when
You're
someone
not
is
being
seated and I
honest.
have a
You're not
gun
being
against his
honest right
head.
now. You're not being honest.
Listen up.
No. You
If I've got
listen.
a
You
gun,
listen. You're not being honest right now. You're just
no,
not.
that's because you do not understand what I mean. That's why.
That's literally what this letter is saying. Theoretically, let's put two and two together. Theoretically, this letter is saying, come and join Islam, right? If you don't join Islam, I'm going to send my horsemen, right?
Yes.
I'm going to send my horsemen and I'm going to take your land and then force you to convert, right?
No, that last bit is not true. We're not going to force you to convert. We're
Okay,
going
so
to
if they
fight you. We're
don't
going
if
to
they don't
invade your
convert,
country.
what will happen?
They'll be kicked out.
No, don't say they'll be kicked out. What they're gonna do?
They'll be kicked out.
This is not an eviction. Like somebody come and give you a letter and say you evicted, you didn't pay your rent, get out. That's not what this is.
Yes, it is.
No, it's
it is coming
not.
to the country. Military fights against the other military, so armies against armies. We're not talking about the general Jack and Joe.
They're not going to be
who
just
lives in
kicked
the
out.
street.
How? Okay,
It's
let's
the
say
army against the army, and they
Usama.
would fight,
Usama.
and there would be deaths, of course.
Usama,
the army
hold
fights
on.
against the
Usama,
army.
hold on.
But
Are
once
these people
you've taken over the country,
I'm not going to talk
what-
over you, bro. Calm down. Let's
no,
not go into
but the
let's not
problem
go
is
into
you're
Bible
mentioning
mode.
something, and I need to clarify. But the moment I clarify, you start jumping in, and that makes it really hard
No,
to
you're being
actually make a
dishonest
point.
right now. That's why.
That's because you haven't allowed me to clarify. So then it seems like it's dishonest, but you haven't allowed me to clarify.
Go ahead, Life. You can finish deal with him. I just wanted to make that point clear. Go ahead, Life.
Okay.
Life, you still here?
Yeah.
Because he was going in. I didn't want to jump in. I just wanted to clarify that last statement that you had made. But go ahead. Y'all can finish. Go ahead. I can hear you, Life.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how he's going to compare there's no compulsion with this. It seems like he's struggling to make a case.
Instead of saying he, just address me directly and ask me, and then I can clarify.
Well, he was talking to me. That's why he was
Yeah,
saying
I'm not.
he.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I was responding to him, but I'm not on the YouTube feed, so I can't even see you, bro.
His name is
It
Usama.
does appear as I'm talking to nobody. His name is what?
Usama.
Okay, for sure. So yeah, bro, you know, you sound like you're struggling to make a case for the things that you're saying. I mean, we just showed you one source that completely destroys everything that you've been saying, and you've been struggling to get around it. You're saying it's context, context specific, but it's not okay anymore. But you haven't even given a proof. You haven't given proof that it's not even okay anymore. You're just saying this is something that they did, but you haven't proven that they can't do it anymore.
Okay, well, I did, but you probably missed it because remember the moment I
Did
mentioned the
you
verse in the
provide a
Quran
source?
where you say that where I mentioned that God says that you're allowed to ally with those who do not drive you out of the homes. I mentioned that earlier. I guess you missed that. That's a verse in the
No, that
Quran.
doesn't. That's not a verse that's proving that you can't do what we just showed in the letters anymore. You haven't provided a verse.
The letter that you've provided would, according to you, if I follow your logic, contradict this verse too.
So Muhammad was doing something contradictory to the Quran.
That
Thank you.
would, according to your logic, be the case, indeed. But it's not the case. But that's why I want to clarify. But you guys
No,
do
but
not allow me
what
because
he's
you're
saying.
saying, oh, you're struggling, you're
Hold
struggling.
on. No, bro. What you're saying doesn't even go against what I'm saying. You can do both, right? Both go hand in hand, right? Hello.
What do you mean by both? What goes
I'm
hand
saying
in
I'm
hand?
saying you can watch. Quote the verse that you quoted again, and I'll show you how both can happen.
Okay, so the verse is, you can ally with those who do not drive you out of your homes.
Right. Exactly. Okay. So that means that you can go. You can basically go over there and have it kind of like a to your religion to mine be kind of thing, right? To where both parties are practicing religion and both religions can coexist with each other, right?
Yes, and we're talking about authorities. Huh? We're not talking about a group of Muslims living in a
Right.
country.
No,
We're
I know,
talking
I
about
know,
authority and authority, country and country.
I know exactly. I know, I get it. I'm saying that you can live amongst those people and coexist, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how does that stop someone from doing what we saw in the letters in another country? Both can happen, right?
No, it can't.
Okay, well, you haven't proven that because I don't understand how both can't happen. Muslims can be living under another religion's authority or in someone else's authority in one
You
country,
can't.
and in another country,
Yeah.
Muslims can implement Islam and take over. And if you don't, or else, like you
You can't
literally can
have
have
two
both of those
countries
things happen at once.
allying. You can't have two countries allying, but at the same time fight each other to try and take over each other's country, and then enforce
That's not
your
what I'm
message and
saying.
impose your
That's
religion
not.
and say, yeah, but you're still an ally. So again, coming back to the point that I was trying to make, the verse contradicts what you're saying people in the United States do, some Muslims do, trying to force and impose the religion upon the
That's not.
non-Muslims.
That's not what I'm saying, bro. I didn't say the same country doing the both of these at once. I said that what is stopping what we saw in the letter from happening in another country? Nothing. So one country could be simultaneously living together and coexisting, right? And then another country could have more of an Islamic dominance where they want you to convert to Islam or else, or be subjugated or live as a second class citizen. What is stopping both from happening? Nothing. You haven't proven anything.
Because there's no need to. Whereas the letter
No,
that you're
that's not an
showing is
answer.
context specific, which was there was a need. The need was the religion had to spread.
Yeah, you're not addressing the point, bro.
I have addressed it, but accepting that's a different thing. But I have addressed it.
saying it doesn't. All right, but look, bro, you're saying
I
it
think,
doesn't need to happen.
yeah, I
You
think
saying
we
it
came
doesn't
to
need
the
to happen
point to
doesn't mean it
where
can't.
I think we just talking, y'all just talking past each other right now. Like, but Usama, I appreciate you for coming up. You know, you was respectful. We had a good conversation. I'm gonna go
Sure.
ahead and move
You
on to
too.
the next guest if you don't mind, you know. But you can come back
No
on a
problem at
different
all.
topic, a different day or whatever. You're not, you know,
Sure.
blackballed or nothing. You're more than welcome to come back.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Same thing.
All right. Yeah. That was just getting redundant, bro.
Yeah, you usually with guys like that, you get to that point where they just start denying everything that doesn't make Islam look good.
Yeah. I just had a guest request. I guess he left. His name was Amadou or somebody. And I also end up getting a restriction. I don't know why they like I said, they always give me restrictions on this doggone on this new account. Some reason, I mean on my old account. That's why I'm gonna start trying to go live on my backup. Because I'm always getting restricted, and they restrict my live viewers. You see, I only got 100 people in here right now, and we've been really. So I need everyone in there to tap the screen and share the live out. Tap the screen and share the live out. What brother was doing, he was just cherry picking.
Cherry picker, why you cherry picking?
Cherry picking.
Cherry picker, why you cherry picking? Cherry picker, why you cherry picking? Cherry picker, why you cherry picking?
Yeah.
I just gotta get some off my chest. Everything you said was just a hot mess. Mixing up the scriptures like you was a wok chef, but you know that you gon' get exposed by the context.
I see you only picked the right scripture. Tryna paint a nice picture. I see you only picked the right scripture. Tryna paint a nice picture.
And that was just, I mean, this was just so clear. Like, that was just so clear that there's Muhammad is forcing these people into Islam. He said it's not like it's not the same as like if I have a gun to your head and saying convert or die. Essentially, yes, that's exactly what you're doing. Essentially, yes, that is exactly what you're doing. If you say if you don't convert, I'm gonna send my horsemen on horseback to come invade your land and take it away from you. That's the same thing, bro. It's literally no difference. It's literally no difference in it at all. And once you get to, but he said it's wrong for Muslims to do that now. But it wasn't wrong for Muhammad to do it. It wasn't wrong for Muhammad to do it.
Right. You see how he tried to instantly make it context specific. Like, okay, fine, yeah. Even if we did give you that, bro, he had to say, oh yeah, it's wrong if they do exactly what they saw this guy doing back then. No, that's the reason why you have the Sunnah. Y'all literally follow the actions and sayings of this man.
Exactly. And I had wanted to
And
jump
this
in
is
and say that. Like literally, you supposed to be, he's the best example of all mankind. So that's honorable for you to do what he did. Like, what are we doing?
let him tell it. Nope. Can't
No.
do that.
All right. I do got some couple super chats. Let me get to super
I'ma
chat.
need that jet money.
Jet money, jet
On
money.
pilot when I'm flying.
I appreciate it.
Chilly blind, I can't abide with.
Who we got? What we
Try
got?
give me that jet money.
We got Daniel. What is his name? Oh no, Daniela. What? Yeah, Daniela Tham says, so your name is Word, not Life. But to confuse me even more, you invite Life to the live stream. Word is not life, but the word brings life. See how I got confused? My bad, brother. Oh, so you the one that was calling me Life? Life, she was calling me you this whole time, bro.
How is that possible?
I don't know how that is possible, bro. I don't know. We look nothing alike. We sound nothing alike. Somebody else on another stream called me live and was like, "Hey, live, when can we get a inbred song or something like that?" I'm like, I'm not live, bro. Like, I'm not live. So a few people be mixing me up with you. I don't know how. All right, we got us another super chat. Antoine Johnson says the point is we don't have the same freedoms in your country as you do in ours. Exactly. And that's just something that they don't, it's like they can't understand this. Like how hard is it for them to understand this? I really don't get it. This he even admitted, well, if they're going to use your same freedoms to now bring in Sharia, well, them same freedoms are no longer, valued or even extended to non-Muslims, then that's okay. Well, that's just hypocritical. Because if Muslims today, right now, believe me, if we had Muslims in America that couldn't open up dawah booths, that couldn't live in certain communities, that couldn't do the call of Adhan, call of prayer. Do you know how crazy these Muslims will be going right now, bro? They will be going crazy.
Crying.
They will be crying about
You
it.
know what's crazy too, though, right? There are, um, quote unquote religions, right? Let them tell it; they'll call it a religion. But if it's a cult, then it could be deemed what is it called? Unpracticable in America. Like if it's not
Mm-hmm.
recognized as an actual real religion or a cult organization or some sort of danger to society, they would be able to have their stuff torn down and not be able to practice. And like you said, if this is something that would end up happening, they would be crying, bro, through the roof, crying. So they just don't understand how good they got it around here. Just with everybody too. Everybody. This isn't just Christians, Jews, Muslims, Hindus. This is just for everybody, bro. This is the reason why the Constitution is better. And obviously, when they grow in numbers and get the numbers and start trying to, get into office and make these little weird rules, slowly but surely try to get in and change stuff. That stuff got to get nipped in the bud because we don't want that stuff out here, and they don't understand that. I genuinely don't understand how they don't get it.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Hold on, I gotta send this.
I'm walking through this airport line. Once I get through the check, then I could talk a little bit more, but I can't even really. I'm gonna be in and out for a little bit.
I was about to say I might end up starting it over. Oh, I got somebody on the panel. Hold on real quick. Ahmed, this Ahmed?
Yes, sir.
All right,
Why
hold
is
on
there
real
an
quick.
echo?
Yeah, it does that for some reason on here. I don't know why. It's just me, right?
I hear life's echo also.
Yeah, it's just I don't know why it does that, bro. I'm sorry. It's just like that. Until I figure it
I'm gonna
out.
leave and come back.
No, it's not you. It's not you. It's did he leave? He left anyway.
Yeah, not even you echoing. I'm echoing now. Earlier, I wasn't echoing, but I can hear you echo, and I'm echoing too.
You echoing? Usually you don't be. Usually the guests don't echo. Well, it's they say it's more like a reverb for some reason. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that reverb for me. I hear echo.
Hold on real quick.
You and me. It's like a double. For you, it's like a double.
Yeah.
For me, it's a straight echo.
Oh, I think I know why you. Go ahead. Go ahead, Ahmed.
Okay, sounds
Did,
good.
did that
No,
fix
I
it?
was in the comments. There's still a reverb, but at least I
Yeah,
can.
that's
I
for me
can.
though. It's gonna be like that for me for some reason.
Okay. No, this is better. I don't hear an echo of myself. But I was in the comments. I was telling them jizya is not a bad word because Jesus used it. In Matthew, Jesus used the Arabic word jizya. You read the
What?
Arabic Bible. Yeah,
Jesus used the word jizya.
in Arabic. Yeah, if you read the Arabic Bible. In Matthew 22:19, in the story of them asking Jesus, should we pay tax to Caesar, right? And then Jesus is like, show me the coin you used to pay tax. The word tax there was jizya.
Did Jesus
And
speak Arabic?
he didn't, but if you translate
Okay,
it to
so it's
Arabic,
not the same jizya what you thinking that Sharia brings.
of course, but it's still a form of taxation that Jesus
No one never
tells
said it
people
wasn't
to pay.
no one's never said it didn't mean taxation. No one no one, that's not even the point. That's not the point of it.
Okay, but it's not a bad word, right?
It's what comes with the word. It's what comes with it. Jizya is just not a taxation. It is a humiliation tax. It is a degradation to show you that you are lesser than a citizen than the non-Muslim. I mean, than the Muslims. It's what comes along with that taxation, and they're only being taxed right because they aren't Muslim. So, would you feel right that, let's say, we have you live in America, or where you live at, bro?
Yeah, I'm in SoCal.
Yeah. So in America, just for
Yeah, I'm in
Muslims,
America.
right? Just for Muslims, you have to pay a tax just for you being Muslim. And then when you pay this tax, this also recognizes you as a lower class citizen than the other citizens of this country, right? You can't do the call of prayer. You can't evangelize to other people. You non-Muslims, right? You can't rebuild mosque. You can't arm yourself. You can't bury your dead with its other people dead, right? Like all of these things. You can't wear a certain type of haircut. You can't wear a certain type of clothing. Would that be fair?
Muslims also have their own
That ain't what I
tax
asked
they
you.
have to pay.
That ain't what I asked you. Please deal with what I asked you. Would that be fair?
I'm responding because you're
No, you're not responding. I said taxation is cool. I said it's cool, but you're only being taxed because you are a non-Muslim. And then all of these other things, right, goes along with you having to be identified as this and paying this tax. That's not the same. So I'm asking you about the extracurricular things that goes along with paying the jizya. The jizya aside, the extra stuff that goes along with the jizya. Would that be fair?
But you're stripping it out of context because you're not showing what the Muslims have to do also.
I don't care what the Muslims have to do. Y'all are this is what y'all want. The other people don't want this. So it's not I don't care what you like to do. This is not about what you like to do. Of course, Muslims going to want Sharia because they've been taught that this is divine law from their God. Non-Muslims, that's what we're talking about. That non-Muslims can't do these things. Is that fair?
You think Muslims like to die in battle, or would they just rather stay?
Can you
stay at
please
home and pay tax?
please deal with what I've asked you, brother? Please.
No, but you're not. You're taking it out of context, man. Like
No,
you're
I'm
making
not,
it as
as
if the Muslims are living a happy life, but we're also dying in battle. We also have our own zakat to pay. We also have other obligations to do. It's not like we don't.
Bro, either you get on. Hold on. Either you address what I'm talking about. You're gonna, of course, Muslims are gonna fight for their country. Of course, that doesn't have anything to do with the jizya and what the non-Muslims have to pay because they are non-Muslim. Now, according to my analogy that I gave you, if you living in SoCal had to pay a tax strictly because you were Muslim, and you couldn't have certain rights that other non-Muslims have, would that be okay with you? That's all I'm
Yeah.
asking you.
Yeah, under Muslim system, yes. Because
Not under a Muslim
as I said,
bro.
as
Bro,
I said,
listen,
as I
not
said,
under
I'm
not
actually
under the
enjoying a
Muslim
lot of
system. What are you talking about? Are you not
no. If
listening to me?
if you implement the taxation as the Muslims did for the Jews and Christians, I would be okay with that.
So, and you, okay, taxation, cool. They have to pay, everybody have to pay tax. The tax is not the problem. I said this already. The tax is not the problem. We pay taxes today under America. That's cool because we're citizens of America. We're talking about the extra stuff that goes along with the taxing. That you can't, if you work a job, you would never be allowed to be in a position, right, over a non-Muslim. You will always be second class. If a Muslim is sitting down, if you're sitting down, and then a non-Muslim come up and want your seat, you have to get up and let that person sit down. When you walk down the street, you can't walk on the sidewalk. You have to walk in the area where the gutters are, where the sewage and all of that. You have to walk in that. You can't walk on them. Or you have to walk across the street. You have to cross the street because you are considered najis and you're filthy. You can't own.
None of this is in the Quran, bro.
Bro, do you want me to show you? Do you want me to show you this?
That you have to take.
This is this is a part of the Sharia.
Gutter. That's in the Quran. I don't think so.
This is part of your Sharia of 929.
Okay, but it's interpretation, right? Like
Ibn Kathir.
Not all scholars take. Huh?
Ibn Kathir.
I don't know. It would depend on the school of thought. The
Okay, let me show you. No, it's not. No, it's not. All Muslims are governed by this. No, it's not. It doesn't. It's not based. It's not based on your school of thought. Let me show you.
By the way, the taxation is the zakat is for all Muslims. The jizya.
I'm not worried about the taxation, bro. Why you keep saying this about the taxation? I don't have a problem with people being taxed, bro. It's the other extracurricular stuff. That's the last time I'm gonna tell you this, because we're talking about two different things.
I'm reading the comments here. They're all.
Don't worry about the comments.
They're not on
stage.
They're all complaining about jizya, but
they're not on stage. Okay, so we're gonna read the Quran first. We're gonna read the Quran first, okay? Let me get this in frame so you can see it. Okay, you see this? Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. It says, fight those who do not believe in Allah and the last day, nor comply with what Allah and his messenger have forbidden, nor embrace the religion of truth from among those who were given the scripture, until they pay the tax, willingly submitting, fully humbled. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, what does all of this entail? We're going to go to the tafsir, and the tafsir will tell us. So first, the idolaters, the pagans that worship many gods or whatever, polytheists, they can't pay the jizya. They have to leave, or they just going to be unalive. All right, now let's keep reading. Where they talking about the Jews and the Christians to pay the jizya. You see this? The order to fight people of the scriptures until they give the jizya.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But you just said you have no problem with jizya, right?
I don't have no problem with the tax, that people have to pay a tax. Okay. I have no problem with the tax. The problem I have is with all of the extracurricular stuff that comes along with this. right?
Okay, but that's all that. All of that is interpretation. The
No, it's
verse
not
itself discusses about
interpretation.
jizya.
This is not interpretation. This is the pact of Umar. They actually made a pact, and this
All
was
right.
what's put into it. So it repeats the verse, fight against Allah, and then it says, therefore, when the people of the scripture disbelieved in Muhammad, they had no beneficial faith in any other messenger or what the messengers brought. So now they just gonna rip their whole faith away just because they don't believe in Muhammad is crazy. Now they don't know what the previous prophets taught, or they don't have no access. What? That's crazy. Rather, they followed their
That's
religions.
exaggeration for sure.
That's what it says right here,
That-
doesn't it? Doesn't it not?
Yeah, I know, but the tafsir could be like being hyperbolic. But it's okay. Continue.
So now it's being hyperbolic. All right.
What's wrong with that? This is
okay.
not Qur'an.
Let's
This
keep
is-
reading. That's not hyperbolic, bro. Let's keep reading. That's what y'all believe, because you don't believe that Jews and Christians know anything that the previous prophet said and did, right? Because our scriptures was corrupt.
Well, you know something for sure, not all of it.
Exactly. So if we don't know all of it, then that means we don't know their real message, right?
You know, they thought one God, they thought certain laws, but you believe the one God is triune and all that. So it's
All
slightly
right.
changed.
So all right, let's keep going. That's not the point of this, right?
Yeah.
It says, rather, they followed their religions because this confirmed with their ideas, lusts, and the ways that their forefathers, not because they are Allah's law and religion. Had they been true believers in their religions, that the faith would have directed them to believe in Muhammad. So just because we don't believe in Muhammad, all right? Now, this is the good part. This honorable ayah was revealed with the order to fight the people of the book after the pagans were defeated. The people entered Allah's religion in large numbers, and the Arabian Peninsula was secured under the Muslims' control. Allah commanded his messenger to fight the people of the scriptures, Jews and Christians, on the 9th year of Hijrah. And he prepared his army to fight the Romans and called the people to jihad, announcing his intent and destination, right? So now this is what they was going to get ready to do. Now we going to paying the jizya, a sign of kufr and disgrace. Until they pay the jizya, if they do not choose to embrace Islam with willing submission, in defeat and subservience, and feels themselves subdued, get disgraced, humiliated, and belittled. So you got to be disgraced, humiliated, and belittled because you don't believe in Islam. Therefore, Muslims are not allowed to honor the people of Dhimma, so now we're dhimmis, or elevate them above Muslims, for they are miserable, disgraced, and humiliated. Muslim recorded from Abu Hurairah that the Prophet said, do not initiate the salam to the Jews and the Christians, and if you meet any of them in a road, force them to the narrowest alley. So we can't even be on the same part of the road of y'all. We have to be in the narrowest part of the alley where the rainwater and the sewage go. This is why the leader of the faithful, Umar ibn al-Khattab, demanded his well-known conditions to be met by the Christians. So Umar ibn al-Khattab, he sent conditions for the Christians to be met, right? These conditions that ensured their continued humiliation, degradation, and disgrace. So they're going to continue to show that this was going to be humiliation and disgrace for us, right? This is a document to the servant of Allah or the leader of the faithful from the Christians in such and such city, right? So now we read, when you Muslims came to us requested safety for ourselves, children, and followers of our religion, we made a condition on that we will, neither erect our areas of monastery, church, or sanctuary for a monk, nor restore any place of worship that needs restoration, nor use any of them for the purpose of enmity against Muslims. We will not prevent any Muslim from resting in our churches, whether they come by day or night, and we will open the doors of our houses of worship for the wayfarer and passerby. Those Muslims who come as guests will enjoy boarding and food for 3 days. So now they just getting a free living for 3 days. We will not allow a spy against Muslims in our churches and homes or hide deceit or betrayal against Muslims. That's no problem with that. Of course, nobody want to spy. Now this is what it says: we will not teach our children the Quran, publicize practices of shirk, invite anyone to shirk, or prevent any of our fellows from embracing Islam if they choose to do so. We will respect Muslims, move from the places we sit in if they choose to sit in them. So if they sitting down, then if a Muslim want to sit there, they got to get up and move. All right. We will not imitate their clothing, caps, turbans, sandals, hairstyles, speech, nicknames, and title names, or ride on saddles, hang swords on the shoulders, collect weapons of any kind, or carry these weapons. We will not encrypt our stamps in Arabic or sell liquor. We will have the front of our haircut, wear our customary clothes wherever we are, wear belts around our waist, refrain from erecting crosses on the outside of our churches and demonstrating them in our books, in the public, in Muslim fairways and markets. We will not, hold on, it gets better. We will not sound the bells in our churches except discreetly, or raise our voices while reciting our holy books inside our church in the presence of Muslims, nor raise our voices with prayer at funerals, or light torches in funeral processions in the fairways of Muslims, or the markets. We will not bury our dead next to Muslim dead, or buy servants who were captured by Muslims. We will be guides for Muslims and refrain from breaching their privacy in their homes. That's cool. Don't nobody want their privacy breach. When I gave this document to Umar, right, he added that these are the conditions that we set against ourselves and followers of our religion in return of safety and protection. If we break any of these promises that we set for your benefit against ourselves, then our Dhimma promise of protection is broken. So tell me, is that cool? Would you like to have that done to you in America as a Muslim?
So that's in the context where the Jews and the Muslims and the Christians, they were at each other's throats, basically, right? Like,
no, it wasn't. No, it's not.
So no, actually, the hadith you quoted, that's quoted in the tafsir, says, "Do not say salam to the Jews and Christians when you see them. Give the narrowest path." That's there's a context to that. So, for example, I did some research. It says, Ibn Qayyim said, it is said that this was in a specific situation when they were marching to the tribe of Qurayza. And that in a longer narration, it actually says before that, "Verily, I will depart against the Jews in the morning." So do not greet them with peace.
Show me where the Christians and the Muslims had a war against each other.
It wasn't a war, but it's still
okay. So this
hostile.
doesn't apply. This doesn't apply.
It was still hostile, though.
Hostile? Why? Because maybe it was hostile because the Muslims came and conquered them and wanted them to convert to their religion. Of course, there's going to be hostility.
Well, I mean, at that time, the religion is more than just something you do privately, right? It's also about social cohesion and all that. So,
social cohesion with who? Can the Muslim can the Christians have social cohesion? Hold on, I'll put that in the wrong place.
With Muslims
in the open. Can Christians do all of this and practice their religion in the open?
Yes.
No, they can't. We just read they can't. We just read they can't. They can't ring the church bells.
In what way?
They can't ring the church bells.
Okay.
They can't call Muslims to their religion. They can't do it in the market. They can't light torches for funerals. They can't put a cross outside of their monasteries. They can't.
If they wear like a chain of cross on their neck, I don't think that would be an issue.
Bro,
Or
we're
like
talking
some
about out
pastors
in the
wear their
open.
clothes.
Out in the open. We're talking about having
Yeah,
a
in the
cross on
open.
the church, like how we see having a cross on the church, right? Having a the ringing the bells to let people know, hey, come to church. They can't do this. I don't want to have to start putting up the lie counter, but you already told one lie so far, maybe two, but I'm gonna just hold one against you. Yeah, you lied.
All right, bro. No,
All right.
okay. So would you agree that even here in the US you wouldn't let us do the call to prayer, right?
They're doing it right
You wouldn't.
now.
Okay, but you don't want it, right?
But of course I don't want it, but that's just religious freedom that they can. But can you do it? That's what we're talking about. Can we do it?
Well, the thing is, what you like as a Christian, you don't implement it in your own country. Your
That's
own
not what
country
we're
is a
talking
secular
about.
country.
That's not what we're talking about. Can you do the call of prayer in the United States right now?
Actually, I don't know. I think there's a.
You don't know if you could do call of prayer in the United States right now? Do I have to show you a video? Do I have to show you a video where I'm in there and I'm in Dearborn, Michigan, the most heavily populated of the Muslims in America, and we heard the call of prayer all day? I got a video on my.
Sure.
You want to see it?
No. I understand, but that's Dearborn, right? I'm talking about here where I'm in SoCal. I don't hear a call to prayer even if I live
there's
next to the
probably not
mosque.
enough
The
Muslims
call to
there where
prayer
they
is
do it.
only inside.
Yeah. So he's right. Yeah, you're right. So if there's not enough Muslims, then there is no. Hold on one second.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's probably not enough Muslims for them to do it.
Well, clearly enough that people were shooting at the mosque, but
don't say that on TikTok, bro.
Okay,
hold on.
my bad.
Yeah, my bad, y'all. So yeah, he's right. So if there isn't enough Muslims in that community,
I think you're breaking up, like. Oh, I think he got a phone call.
What's going on, bro? Oh my gosh. Every time I try to speak, bro, phone ringing, text messages coming through, airport noise. My goodness. Yeah, but so basically what I was saying is, yeah, he's right. Like if there's not enough Muslims in that area, one thing they will do is they will have a masjid, but they can try to ring the call to prayer. But if the community decides that it's a nuisance, it needs to come down, like the church bells too, they will have to take it down, and they will have to not be able to make that noise, daily as they please. So the same thing happened over here in Las Vegas. There's a masjid. The guy had rung up the call to prayer on his masjid, and it was loud, and the community complained, and he had to take it down. So it does depend on whether the community is in unison on wanting that thing to happen. Now in Dearborn, Michigan is a different story because it's riddled with Muslims. So when they get the numbers, there really isn't for a community vote because it's gonna essentially be unanimous because it's flooded with Muslims. So of course they're gonna go there, they're gonna ring the call to prayer, and it's not gonna be taken down because they won't vote for it to come down because 99% of them that live in that the vicinities of where you can hear the call to prayer are Muslim. That's and that's just obviously don't quote me on the numbers like that, but that's why things like that are able to happen in the United States. But what I want to say is that the entire conversation isn't discussed about what is actually being done. Word keeps telling you, can you do it? The answer is yes, but because you have freedom of religion, but religion can't overpower and be overbearing to other people who aren't that religion, you have the rights to fight for it. You have the rights to go go in these groups and start these coalitions and get signatures and signs for things that you do not want done surrounding your area based on how that religion is either being a little overbearing to you or your neighbors. And so that's the reason why we're saying I mean, per the Constitution, we just have it better. In Islam, it don't matter what you say. We gonna ring this call to prayer all day, every day, and y'all gonna have to deal with it. That's what word is trying to tell you, bro.
So why is the Constitution like that? Why does it allow for people to do the call to prayer, even though the Christians don't like it?
Because it's
For
a
Right?
for people,
separation of church
yeah,
and state, and
for
people
people.
want them to.
Okay,
Right, exactly.
perfect.
Because there's a thing where the religion can't impose itself on the entire community. You get what I'm saying? Like, just because I'm Christian and I built a church in this neighborhood doesn't mean that I have the right to start ringing bells just because I'm a Christian and it's just part of my custom that goes on top of this church. Everybody in the community might not want to hear those bells, bro, and I just have to respect that.
So
That's that's
America is
that's
not a
why the
Christian country, bro.
Constitution is that's why the Constitution
The
is
Constitution is
there.
not built on Christianity.
No,
The
it's
America was
Constitution is
built
secularism.
not
on
built on Christianity.
dude. You gotta understand. You gotta understand the difference between it being a Christian country and it being built on Christian values. At the end of the day, America still does accommodate for other people of other religions. Not like what you see in your Islamic countries where it's whatever we want
Be-
goes and you're just gonna have to deal with it, which is fine if that's in that country, but don't bring that over here. Now you also have Christian countries like Antigua where you have to abide by the Christian, Christian rules and Christian laws and etc. Same thing with the, Vatican City, what we were just talking about earlier. We're not saying that we are not okay with specific countries standing 10 toes down on their cultural customs. We're okay with that. We're saying let America stay what America is, meaning that if we allow Muslims to come here and practice their religion, practicing your religion doesn't mean coming in and being and trying to overturn what our systems already are culturally. That's the point. You get what I'm saying? That's like
so
that's like
so
that's like
what if
me go. That's like me. Let me give you a small example. That's like me going to Saudi Arabia. And because you're allowing me to be in Saudi Arabia and practice Christianity,
Can you talk
now
to me
all
about
of a
these
sudden
PC
I want to
computers
change.
here?
I want to change everything in a 10, 20-mile radius to be Christian themed, right? I want to build up some masjids. I want to I mean not masjids. I want to build up some churches. I want to put some bells on top of them. I want to have Christian based themes all over here, and I want this to be Christian centric areas.
And I want to
They would
practice
have a field day in
Easter.
Saudi
I want
Arabia.
Easter to be implemented. I want Christmas to
Hmm.
be implemented. I want this,
Christmas,
and I
all
want
that.
you to
there there
abide by us and respect us.
there's already a
You
place
get what
like
I'm
that in
saying?
Egypt.
We're
Egypt
not talking
has
about
Christian
Egypt.
villages. Palestine has Christian villages.
Stop jumping. Stop
Lebanon
jumping. Yes,
has
there is.
Christian
Yes.
villages like that.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, there are churches in
So
Egypt. I've been
so
to Egypt
so
before. You're
Islam
right, but that's
allows
not
that.
what we're talking about. Brother, we're not saying this is
Well,
this
Saudi
is this
Arabia is a
is
special
we're not
case.
saying this is everywhere Islam exists, bro. We're saying this is part of your religion, period. It
Okay.
doesn't matter who's operating in this or not.
let's
This
let's
is
ask
part of
him.
the Sharia, bro.
Right. Let's ask him if a caliphate was reestablished.
Well,
Hold on, Ahmed. If a caliphate was reestablished and Sharia was be able to be implemented in full force, would in Egypt and these other places, because now you have a caliphate, would they be able to do some of the Christian things that they do now?
yes. I don't see why it would
That's
be
another lie.
taken away from them.
Because this is
Show
when
me how I lied.
because this is
Show me,
under the caliphate. I just read you in 929 that they can't do this. I just read you the conditions that was put
brother,
on the
but that's in
Christians.
context.
So would the Christians have to pay a jizya when the caliphate is reestablished?
Yes.
And when the
Yes.
jizya is implemented, does all of these things, the let's say the bylaws of the jizya and paying the jizya, would those now be
As I
implemented?
said, bro, the jizya is the only thing that's in the text of the Quran itself.
So you saying that Ibn Kathir in his tafsir, he don't know what the jizya entails in this fullest amount of the fullest scope of the jizya?
Is
He
it?
don't know what it is. He's lying. He's just putting his own interpretations on this. Is that what you're saying?
Well, Ibn Kathir is Ibn Kathir is given a precedent specifically in the time of Omar, but
You're breaking
obviously
up.
it didn't continue to be like that.
I
Can
didn't
you
hear
hear me?
you. I didn't hear all you said. You was breaking up like you lagging.
Okay.
You can repeat
No,
it
because
because I didn't hear it all.
Islam is not. Yeah, right. So Islam is not just built on what Omar did or that particular Ibn Kathir passage that you quoted, right? There's a whole history or scholarship on like argumentation people bring about how to actually implement it. For example, the Quran talks about, giving money to non-Muslims or to kind of invite them to the religion, make their hearts soft, right? But
Are you
Omar
Is
said,
929 been
maybe
let
we
me
don't
ask you
abrogated,
a
have.
bro?
question. Let
What?
me ask you a question,
Hmm?
bro. Do you understand what we're saying? Like in remote, because it seems like whenever we
I
show
understand.
you something that you guys are doing, right,
Right.
and we're just showing it hypocritical when we want the same thing, you say, well, but this and that and this and that. Do you actually understand what it means for us to want America to remain culturally America? You do get that, right? Like, you know
Actually,
what we
I
mean?
don't. I don't actually. What do you mean by culturally
It's the
America?
same.
What is
Okay,
the American
it's the
culture?
same way. Okay. Watch this. I'm going to ask you this right here. It's the same way you wouldn't want Christians coming to Saudi Arabia and turning Mecca into a Christian city, right?
But Saudi Arabia is a different case. I already told you, bro. In Egypt,
Brother,
Lebanon,
listen
Syria.
to what I'm saying. My man, listen to what I'm saying. How would you feel if hundreds of thousands of Christians moved to Mecca?
Mecca is the birthplace of Islam. It's different. It's
Are
not like
you
America.
tracking? Dude,
No.
I
wake
am,
up,
but
man. Dude,
I don't
no,
want to
no, no,
accept.
no, 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 no.
I don't
Wake
want to
up, bro.
accept your
Wake up.
premise,
No, no,
the
no. Give
premise
me
that
a
you're
second, bro.
building.
There is nothing. There's nothing to accept right now. You need to understand first.
But the
Listen,
comparison you're making
I'm
with
no. I'm
America
asking
and
you.
Mecca
No, no,
is
no. I'm
different.
asking you. No, it's not. I'm asking you. How would you feel if hundreds of thousands of Christians moved to Mecca and then started turning everything Christian like instead of Islamic? Okay. How would you feel? He can't even wrap it.
Ooh.
Look, his brain can't even
He
process
can't. He can't
this
process
very,
it, bro.
this very simple question because all they do is Islam, 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 Islam,
No,
Islam. This
you
is what
guys make these
happens, dude.
trap questions. Look, I'm from Malaysia.
It's not a
It's not a
trap
trap
question,
question.
dude.
Let me tell you, I'm from Malaysia, okay? And if you look at the Malaysian
Bro,
flag,
bro, this
it's
is
pretty much a Muslim.
unreal, dude.
It's pretty much a Muslim country. We have Sharia law there. Muslims are not allowed
Dude,
to.
that's the point. Pay attention,
But
bro. Wake up,
Christians
please.
are still evangelizing there. There's Hindus, Buddhists
My
in
guy,
Malaysia. Yeah,
Ahmad, or what? Please, dude.
sure.
I need you to track, bro.
No, but I'm not accepting the comparison that you're making. It's not. It's not.
What are you talking about? I'm not
It's
even making a comparison right at the moment. I'm
you're
asking a
comparing America
question.
and Mecca. You're comparing these two, right? You're
Dude,
comparing
dude,
Muslims coming to America versus
dude.
Christians going to Mecca. They're not the
Okay.
same, bro.
Do you have a do you have an Islamic culture?
Where?
Do,
In
what do you
America?
mean where?
In America
What is wrong
or
with this dude, man? Dude, do
Where at
you have
life?
an
Yeah.
Islamic
Where's
culture?
Islamic culture at life?
What is wrong with this guy? Dude, do you have an Islamic culture, bro? What do you mean
there's no
where?
such thing as an Islamic culture. Islam is a
Bro,
religion.
get off the stage, bro.
Bro,
Get
culture
off the
is
stage,
by
bro.
ethnicity.
All
Islam.
right, bro. You don't know that
Watch your
now
head,
they don't know
bruh.
if they got a
You don't even know.
now they don't know if they got an Islamic culture. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here, dude. Get out of here, bro.
Oh man, bruh, this can't be real. This is all they
Can't
know.
even
Like
have a
we believe.
yeah. That's it, bro. That's all they know is just literally denying everything about their religion, bro. Like now, all of a sudden, you don't know what an Islamic culture is anymore. Are we serious, bro? What are we doing? He couldn't even process this is the sad part, bro. He couldn't process this very simple question. How would you feel if hundreds of thousands of Christians moved to Mecca? And don't they call it, oh, the holy city, our holy city? How would they feel if hundreds of thousands of Christians moved into Mecca and then started turning that whole place upside down, meaning swapping it from its Islamic themes, its Islamic customs, and its Islamic culture? How would they feel about that? To the point where people probably Muslims can't even recognize it now. It looked like a Christian city.
Yep. They
That's
got
the Christian
crosses
holy city
everywhere.
now.
They got church bells ringing.
Right, right. He couldn't even process answering, yeah, I wouldn't like that because that's our holy city, and I would like to keep it Islamic. I can respect that. Good. Thank you. That's the point. So when you come to America, we want this country to remain culturally American, which is not Islamic. It's that simple, dude. It's that simple. 20 years from now, I don't want to see the mall that I used to go to flooded with 100,000 hijabs or 100,000 men in thobes and Arabic writing all over the mall and everything. Like, bro, I'm not trying to come back to that because then that would mean that there's been a heavy infiltration of Muslims, not just simply Muslims, but Muslims that don't know how to assimilate. I don't
That's
really
not
care
Islamic
about, okay,
culture
you can
though.
be a
Like,
Muslim here. Yeah, exactly. I don't really care if you're a Muslim here in America. Fine, be Muslim in America. But the problem with being Muslim in America is that a lot of them don't like to assimilate, and that's the problem. Where they want us to conform to them instead of them conforming to the Islam to the American culture. And that's just all we're asking. It's just very simple. Respect our culture, respect our customs, and know where you at. You're not in a Muslim country. You want to live like that? Go over there. There's plenty of them to go to.
exactly. And I think people just really misunderstand, especially Muslims, what we're saying. We don't mind Muslims being here. We don't mind Muslims want to come. We don't mind Muslims having a mosque. We don't mind Muslims, practicing their religion. What we mind is y'all try to come here and then change what we do and how we value and our values in our society to fit you. You're not here to change us. You're here to assimilate and blend in and give America the let's say the Islamic culture of the melting pot that we have here already. We have Jews, Christians, Hindu, Chinese, but we're all in this big melting pot to form America. I think every race or nationality that came here and wanted to better themselves actually contributed good to America. Not that they came here and wanted, the Chinese didn't come over here and say, well, no, I want everything to be like China. So now I'm going to change everything. You got to put Buddha and whatever they do in China. They mostly, atheists, but still they not trying to say that we must do things the Chinese way. That's not what they did. They came in and assimilated, and they got their part of their plot or whatever. Every city you go to, you have a Chinese community, and they built it and they do their own thing in their community. They don't come outside of their community and be like, hey, you got to change this. You want to change this. We got to change that. It's not what the Chinese do. They ain't try to make everybody Buddhist. They didn't try to do this. They didn't try to go and do the Constitution. The president got to be a dictator now. That's not what they did. They didn't do that. But Muslims come here and want to change everything. We don't even want the system that allowed us to come over here and be fruitful and multiply to even exist no more. Where they do that at? Biting the hand that feeds you. That's all it is.
And then complain about it. It's all our fault. For some odd reason, it's our fault. Instead of just saying, like remember too on the other panel, bro, when I was saying why can't Christians go to the Kaaba, right? Go see the Kaaba, go be in Mecca. You know what I mean? What did they say? They flipped it. Oh, do you know how many attacks have happened in Mecca? Like, bro, come on, man. Get up out of here, bro. Really,
Mm-hmm.
really, really, non-Muslims can't come to Mecca and the Kaaba because they're gonna try to attack the Muslims. That's what you assert when you make claims like that, bro. It's just embarrassing. Like y'all, they can't just be honest about what they say. Everything's got to be hidden. Like, bro, just say it, bro. Like, I mean, this like some of them say it and then some of them lie. Like, yeah, this is our holy city. This is just our rules. It's our customs. This is what we believe. No non-Muslims should be able to be over here. We want this to be set aside specifically for Muslims, and that is what it is because that's our religion. We don't need any outsiders coming in trying to convert and try to change people's minds about being Muslim. Like, just be real, bro. Like, instead they gotta victimize themselves and always want to act like somebody trying to attack them. Come on, bro.
Exactly.
And on top of that too, like if you really want to play that game, like let's not even play. Like even without non-Muslims being there, bro, it's weird stuff going there all the time. Muslim women over there getting molested, getting grabbed up, getting touched on, fights happening. Come on, bro.
Yep.
Like let's not act like they just got it all figured out. Come on, bro. And I'm not saying that this don't happen elsewhere too. I mean, obviously, in holy places, fights can happen regardless. But let's not. They try to flip it like it's everybody else's fault. Always got to victimize themselves first.
Yeah. And let's just be clear. We know Christians. I wouldn't even want everybody to, through the government, impose everyone to be Christian or to hold to Christian values or eat like us or dress like us. That's just boring. Like, what if all of the Mexicans came over and we said, no, y'all leave y'all tortillas, y'all beans and rice, y'all leave y'all tamales. You can't do all that. You like, bro, it'll just be would be a boring place to be. Like, yes, I like Chinese food. I like to see, some of the dragon circuses and all of that and the fireworks that the Chinese and stuff do. Like, that look cool to me.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. America is culturally mixed. And this is the reason why a lot of people like to come out here to America because you could experience a lot. But even like I said, I've been to plenty of countries, bro. Whenever I go to another country, I instantly understand that I am in their country, whatever is part of their culture, whatever is part of their customs. I'm gonna have to do my best to understand it. And if I'm living here for a long term, then I'm gonna have to assimilate. I can't bring America here because I'm not in America. And for some odd reason, the Muslims just don't get. They don't understand it. They don't understand that, bro. Gotta stay Islamic everything, no matter what.
They gotta impose their beliefs on other people. They have to.
And I think that's part of the reason why a lot of them that was born out here in the West, a lot of them don't want to go to full blown strict Muslim countries like this, is because of how they live. Like, obviously, when you living out there and you used to living like that, then yeah, it becomes a custom. But a lot of them won't go to those free countries like that, quote unquote free countries like that, um, because they're so used to how free they are in the West. And so instead of just admitting it, they have to play games. And that's what they've been doing, just playing games around it, beating around the bush. You like it over here because it's better. In my opinion, I believe it's better from what I saw.
Yeah. I do have some super chats I got to get to for
need that jet money, my own pilot when I'm flying. The spirit chilly blind, I can't abide with.
Let's go.
Try to give me that jet money.
We got Vic Damone. Vic Damone says, what up, word? God bless. You did me foul the other day. But add this to my favor bank. I'll be calling in a favor soon. I knew it was coming, bro. I knew you gotta look at that Vic, man. Vic. Hey, I knew it. Vic got something up his sleeve. He want a favor. He that favor for a favor type of guy. Danielle. Oh, he says my name is Daniel Latham, not Danielle. See, even you get confused. Oh, okay. You sure right. That makes sense. That makes sense because if you got to put a slash in there or something, bro, like a dash or something in there, because it looked like Daniela Tham. My bad, homie. My bad. He Antoine Johnson's with the $10 super chat. He says, what I don't get is they run from their countries to get away from Sharia law in Islam, but at the same time, they try to reinstitute it wherever they go. Yeah, it don't make sense. It don't make sense. It literally don't. Who we got next? Okay. Who is that? What that say? Oh, it didn't come up. Oh, Antoine, I just read that one. I'm tripping. That's why I didn't come up. Oh, Daniel Latham, my bad. Daniel Latham with another $15 super chat. Says the Christians in Iraq are a good example of what happens to an indigenous Christian population under Muslims. Churches disappear in Islamic countries, yet thrive in the West. Exactly. That's the whole thing. Beloved says, bro, this setup is fire. I appreciate that, man. I work a little bit. I do a little something, trying to bring something new, refreshing to the live streams. Keep y'all engaged, keep y'all engaged in the content. We got Daniel Latham again. Hey, I don't know, Holy. He coming, Daniel Latham coming for the chat boss. Said, and this is a new week, Holy, so he about to dethrone you. Says Muslims haven't beaten the Jews since 1948. And since 1945, the Americans have moved at will through any Muslim nation whenever it wants to. Allah can't defeat the American or Israeli. Come to the real God, the true triune God. That he's spitting fact. He's spitting fact. Beloved Kai says, where is he? Because in Iraq, Kuwait, they banned us from wearing crosses. They even stopped the sale of the crosses on military bases. These American Muslims have no idea. You cannot make your Christian presence known at all, especially in Kuwait. And this is a brother, he sounds like he's been there. He knows, he lives there. Said they actually took those privileges away. You can't do that.
Yeah, remember that one dude he was talking to, man? I think this was like 2 years ago though. The dude he was inquiring Christianity, but as a Muslim, but he had to be hidden. He was on the app. He was hidden. He was trying to be in secret.
Oh yeah.
And we had told him we had told him to buy a Bible, and he said he couldn't even buy a Bible where he at.
Mm-hmm.
He can't even get a Bible sent to him in the mail where he at.
Yeah. I remember that
The
conversation.
Bible is banned where he at. Yeah, bro, in a Muslim country, bro. Bible is banned in there. He can't get the book. He can't get it ordered. Nothing. He's got to be in secret about what he's talking about. It's like they act like they don't see this stuff happening, bro, on a daily basis. They do, and they know what's up, man.
Yeah,
That's why it's
exactly.
sad. But
Yeah,
I'm
they
gonna head
know.
out, man. Get ready to jump on this plane. Go grab something to eat. If you still live when I get back, or nah, you probably ain't gonna be live.
Nah, I'm
I'll
gonna
catch you
jump
on the next one.
off. I'm gonna jump off because I gotta go and run to the store and go get some stuff for my daughter for her
Yeah.
schooling, and then I'll probably jump back on maybe like 7, 8 o'clock tonight though, my time.
That's all right. Okay. All right, for sure. All right. Well, I'll catch you on the next live.
All right, bro. Peace.
All right. Peace.
God bless. We
God
got
bless you. God bless you.
for sure. Antoine Johnson with the $5 super chat says Palestine was a Christian nation before Islam came, but guess what happened? Look it up. Exactly. Psalms 144 trainee says Chinatown versus Islam town. Who's got the better fireworks? I see what you did there, bro. I see what you did there. Beloved, I don't know. Beloved Kai coming them dropping them bombs today, man. Beloved Kai says, and let's not talk about how they treat women. It's over for us. If anything, women better wake up and fast because we would be treated just as bad. Oh, this is a woman. I'm sorry. Maybe that's Beloved Key. Beloved Key, maybe. But yes, totally correct. Totally correct. And we got Macintosh Pro says, what is the next Christian stream? What is today? I usually do them on the 15th, and I skip like the last couple. Give me, I would say, Sunday. Let's say Thursday. Let's call it Thursday. Issa Kabir, what's up?
I'm chilling, brother. It's always good to see you. I saw you were streaming, and I'm very disappointed by the guests who have come. They're not accountable at all. They're not telling the truth. It's quite bad. It's very disappointing, and they should just say, this is wrong. These are things in my tradition, and they're problematic, and I need to wrestle with them, instead of just being dishonest and saying, yeah, let me tell you about what Christians do. Let's try to justify exclusion. It's not right, it's not good, and it's bad, and they should just be honest about it. And I don't know, I'm just really disappointed. And there's a book that I would recommend that you should read. It's by a Palestinian Christian. His name's Wael B. Halak, and he wrote The Impossible State. So he talks about Islamic State. So his argument is all of these modern states that call themselves Muslim are not even Muslim at all, because nation states. So nation states can't even be Muslim, because really an Islamic state works under the age of empires with conquest and these types of things. So that's the position that he argues. A lot of the Palestinian Christians have really interesting literature, like Edward Said, Wael B. Halak. I definitely recommend reading their kind of literature, but I'm very disappointed from what I've heard. It's really, really bad, and it's shameful. And it's disgraceful. So that's just what I feel. Sorry, I had a little rant on that. I was like, this is bad, man. You should just call it an L and say, I'm not happy about this. This is a problem. Let's wrestle. Like Jewish people wrestle with the difficult stuff in the Torah. Wrestle with this stuff and say, this is hard. I don't like this stuff. I don't like this expansion. I think it's wrong. But instead, they're just like, no, I'm going to double down and try to justify why it's good. That's just sickening. I'm sorry. I'm not with that. So.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Let's see. I might take one more guess and see, and then I have to jump off. I have to go do this, and I have to cut my kids' hair and everything for school tomorrow. So, but I might be on a little later. Francis, what's up? Francis, you on stage? All right. I think that was an accident. Y'all want to have a laugh? Let's have a laugh real quick.
Hello.
What's up, Ultimate Truth?
You said it.
I said, what's up?
What's up is
you ain't gonna give me the peace greeting?
The peace treaty, yeah. If you violated it, I won't.
No, the peace greeting. The salam.
I said, what's up?
You can't give me the salam?
Why do you want a kafir's a pagan greeting?
Because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to wish me salam.
You're requesting a greeting from a pagan?
Are you a pagan?
That's what God taught you? I said, is that what Christianity about?
Are you a pagan?
You take me as a pagan, right?
Sure, but I don't want to take your culture away from you. How you greet?
Are you playing around? So you don't understand what I'm trying to say.
Did you hear me? Did you hear what I said?
You don't need to be on TikTok.
Did you hear what I said?
Did you understand what I just told you?
Did you hear what I said? I said I don't want to take your culture away from you. So if you want to say the salam to me, you can say the salam.
You're requesting a salam from somebody that you consider being a pagan. You understand now? I'm whooping that out of you, boy.
You doing what?
Let's go straight to the subject.
Where you want to go to?
You said you got a question that no Muslims can answer.
Yeah.
Bring it. Then I give you 100. If you answer one of them, I give you each $1,000.
You gonna give me $1,000
for each question that you be answering?
Are you sure about that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ultimate Truth.
Let
me ask you a question. Did Allah want people to believe Isa was crucified?
You said what?
Did Allah want people to believe that Isa was crucified?
Did Allah say that anywhere?
Did he want to, bro? Did he want people to believe that Isa was
For
crucified?
those who wanted Jesus dead for having done nothing, yes, they have been made to believe that he was. For the disciples, for those who loved Jesus, Jesus was taken back in this upper room. Check my hands and feet. As you see me have
Where you get that from? Hold on, what are you quoting? What are you quoting?
You see, you're running now.
What are you quoting? I'm just asking a clarifying question.
Bro, you're
what are you quoting?
I'm whooping the shit out of you. You know where I'm going, and you want to run.
You already lied twice since you've been up here, bro.
Was not crucified. Yeah, run, boy.
What are you quoting?
You're gonna run?
You lied twice already.
For fucking food, I'm giving you food.
You already lied twice.
And now I can talk.
You already lied twice.
That the disciples knew that Jesus was not on the cross. They checked
What are you reading? What are you getting this from?
I am reading your Bible.
Don't read the Bible. I'm talking about in the Quran. Why are you reading my Bible?
Oh, now you're running away from your Bible.
Why you? No, I never ran away from my Bible. Why are you talking about my Bible when I asked you about Allah?
The disciples knew that Jesus was not crucified.
Oh, did Allah reveal the Bible?
Oh, Mr. The Word.
Hey, ultimate. Did Allah reveal the Bible?
That Jesus was not crucified.
Did Allah reveal the Bible, bro?
Can you answer your question?
Did Allah reveal the New Testament?
Huh? Allah said, let me tell you what Allah said.
Did he reveal the New Testament? Answer that question first.
Let me tell you what Allah said, bro.
Did he reveal the New Testament? I'm gonna let you talk.
I am going back to the Quran since you're running from the Bible.
Nah. See, you know you messed up. Now you want to go back to the Quran, but you jumped to my Bible at first.
You ran and you said go to the Quran.
So did Allah reveal my Bible? Yes or no? Don't waffle, bro.
And the Bible and the Quran, bro.
Don't waffle, bro.
I whoop the shit out of you, boy.
Don't waffle, bro.
Yeah. Hey, you ask a question, you begging for food, I'm giving you food.
Hey, this is why CP always wipe the floor with you, bro.
Bro, let me ask you this.
This is why CP always wipe the floor with you.
Did the disciples know that Jesus was not on the cross? Yes
That's
or no?
what I want to know. Did they?
Yeah, they knew that he was never on the cross.
Oh,
check my hand.
Really?
Who said
really?
Check my hands and feet?
Can you show me? Can you show me that from? Why are you going back to? Why are you going back to the Bible? Why are you going back to the Bible? You said you was going to the Quran.
Are you a dummy? I'm opposing
Get out of
you.
here. You ignorant, bro. Watch your head, dog. Don't watch your clip back, bro.
Go ahead, watch your clip back. Let it sink in. Come back when you get that. Do some self-reflection.
He jump back and forth from my Bible to this Quran.
Homework first until then. You done messed up, don't request up. Go study. You done messed up, don't request up. Go study.
Go study, bro.
Don't request up. Go study.
That's just
you done
pitiful.
messed up, don't request up. Go study. Watch your clip back.
Watch your clip back, bro. Man, do I got James 007 in the building with me?
Salam alaikum, my brother.
Salam alaikum, bro. What's good, bro?
I just, catching the tail end of your live stream, and I'm glad I just spent a couple of seconds listening to you, that ultimate fart.
Ultimate fart.
I mean, I'm not sure if he was dropped as a baby, man, but you can see that there's evidence of some brain damage there.
That guy is not right in the head. He's not right.
What you heard, ultimate?
Hey, ain't it late where you at, James?
Yeah, but having a late night. But I listen sometimes. I just don't come up. I just listen to you guys.
Yeah, me too. I be at work when I be having you in my ear, and I listen to on YouTube because I hate the TikTok thing. It buffers, but on my YouTube, it runs smooth. So I have it on my YouTube in my head, and I be listening. Even when I'm not commenting, believe me, I'm listening.
Yeah, no, because I see you pop in sometimes on the TikTok when I'm live.
Yeah, I go on TikTok because I know you'll see my message if I write it on TikTok.
That's
right. You ignore the YouTube chat. They like redhead stepchildren to you.
YouTube goes a bit fast sometimes. I mean, you're not sure which one to pay attention to. So I'm waiting to set it up. I'm waiting for
Maverick to help me set up so with the OBS. And once I've got everything I need now. Everything is
Oh
built and
yeah,
set. So
OBS is so much better. That's how I was able to do all of this. Like OBS is so much better.
because you can do one camera as well. You can focus on the one camera, the one chat. It's just so much easier.
Yep.
So yeah, I just wanted to pop up. I know you're gonna end the live now, so hopefully I'll catch you again. But just want to say God bless, bro.
I'm gonna probably go live a little later, but yes, God bless you, brother James. I don't know whether I'm gonna have to just stay up real late one night to go live with you, or you gonna have to stay late.
I'm gonna have to stay up late. You just tell me when. I'll stay up late, and I'm good with that.
Okay, that's fine with me because I need to have you on my panel on one of these days, like soon.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Because I don't mind staying up later, and we can go through stuff. I just love some of the guests you get.
How you get the weirdos? You know that, James. I get the weirdos, bro.
And the weirdos I get are all turning out to be PDFs. I mean, they said the darndest things.
Oh, I seen that clip earlier. Oh, what you posted?
Not only him. I mean, I don't clip it, right? Because I don't have time for the clips. So people clip it for me. But they say some of the craziest things, and this is why you doing this to invite people to truth. I watched Avery's last video when the guy came up and said, Jesus is my Lord and Savior, and he's been listening from the outside. He even spoke to me in Balboa Park, and it just reminds us why we do this. Someone sent me a message, and he was like, "You just keep attacking us. You keep trying to knock us down. Why? What do you get out of it?" And then I wrote to him, and then he wrote back to me saying, "Oh, so you don't hate us?"
Of course we don't. They really think if you attack Islam, you hate all Muslims. That's what they really believe.
Yeah, and the thing is, I wouldn't waste half my day in not attacking, exposing. So now my newest thing is I just do dawah. I do dawah. So let's do dawah. Let's see what the Quran says. Let's see what the Hadith say. And then let's repeat what it says. Don't tell me what it's trying to say. Tell me what it actually says. And then they can't handle that because they don't, it doesn't go, it doesn't fit. So I'm actually hoping tomorrow to do a live, what should we trust, the Quran or the Hadith? And I'm going to show these Muslims how they contradict and how they follow Muhammad and not Allah.
Exactly. I'm telling you, I didn't have these, and this is what prompted me to put the lie counter. When they lie, I'm gonna put it on there to show them, no, you just lied, so they can remember. Also, this right here, when they make a point and they say something, I'm writing it down so everyone can see that they can see it. And so when they renege and they go back on what they said, it's right there. I already wrote it down. So because they just waffle all the time and do all this stuff.
So is this on OBS?
Yes, this on OBS.
You see, this is why I need this stuff, man.
But that's what prompted me to why I had to do this. Because of people like that does this type of stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, man, so God bless you. And again, we'll chat outside of this because I'm going to ask you a few things about I made the music channel, but it's not visible. It's on Spotify, so it's not visible. So you can find it if I send you the link, right? So if you go to my YouTube link, you'll find it, all the music. I've got 105 songs. And
yeah, why is it not visible?
Another 30 coming out like until the end of September or 20 or something. And then so it's visible if you follow the link, but if you search it, you can't. It's called Gospel Defense. I made a special playlist. Yeah, I don't know. I can't find it if I search it, but it pops up when you use the link.
Okay. Yeah, well, I see about it. Yeah, you know where you can hear me at and find me.
Yeah, absolutely. Because there's just a couple of things I just want to run with you. Again, it's just going to have to be later for me so that I can be up when you awake, and that'll be cool.
No way Logic is coming up now.
He's following me.
I just have a question for you, Word.
What's up, bro?
So the conference is coming up September 19th. And
it's on the ticker, by the way. You see it down there? Get ready for it's on the ticker. Yeah.
That's cool. I wanted to know if you could have the volume 2 of Apologetics Hitmakers ready by then.
I can give it to you because I got so many. Like I could give it to you, like you know what I'm saying, like a list to where you can, but it might not be on every platform. Matter of fact, I need to talk to you in life about that.
All right, so let's get together. Let's talk about it this week sometime and like go over it and see what we could do.
Yeah, because I can give you the songs. Like, do you want to play it at the conference or whatever?
Yeah.
I can give you the songs and you can have them where you can just play it on a loop or whenever you use breaks in between, whatever, you can, you'll be able to play it. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, the distribution end of it, I'll talk to you in life about it.
Okay.
I've got some free time, Logic. If you want me to help you guys set things up, just let me know as well.
Yeah, come. September 19th, come.
No, I mean not there. I'm talking about if you want me to do something with the music to upload or do stuff for the.
Okay. I was about to say, what? Like James coming, bruh?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Man, that's I need to win the lottery for that one.
All right, I love y'all, man. I'll be listening.
I'm about to shut down. I'm gonna come back later.
Okay.
I thought you was gonna join when me and Life came earlier, but you acting brand new.
I'm helping Christina study. She's about to do a Dr. Daff episode right now. Get some Hebrew Israelites.
Oh, for real? Some men Hebrew Israelites?
No, female ones.
We'll say a prayer for Logic. Just let her know that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna keep y'all in our prayers, man. You gonna be doing it later tonight? Cause I'm gonna come back on live later tonight.
Probably not. Probably
it's up to you.
Out and stuff.
It's up to you if you want to join us or not. But I'll be back later. You know.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, love y'all.
All right, love you, bro.
God bless, bro. Okay, word. God bless you as well, man.
God bless you, brother James. God bless you, Issa. I appreciate y'all for coming through.
Issa, God bless.
And I'll be seeing y'all on a little bit later. So everybody in there, if you haven't already, go ahead and like the live, tap the screen, follow me on both platforms. Follow me, and show some love to the channel. Did I get all of the super chats? Let me make sure before I go. Brother Daniel, he sent out another one.
I'ma need that jet money.
He sent out some more jet money.
Pilot when I'm flying. The spirit chilly blind, I can't abide with.
Let's see. He got a $5 super chat. Says, bro can't even just read. The Gospels are clear. Christ was unalive. Muslims read Ezekiel 36:39. 38 and 38 are coming to a Middle East near you soon. Hey, that's powerful. That's powerful. Appreciate that super chat. Yeah, you might be right on that. You might be right on that, brother. God bless y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all come back later so we can get it popping. And we can have some more conversations. Y'all are the best. Y'all know what time it is. You ain't got to go home. You definitely ain't got to go to bed. But one thing you must do, you got to watch your head.
Watch your head down, yeah. Watch your head. Watch your head down, just watch your head. Watch your head. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Watch your head. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Watch your head. Man, ain't no way I'm finna listen to you spit. With your PDF supporting now, for you finna get cooked clip. Idiot, poses wise when truth approach you, close your eyes, hold the lies and show your pride is oversized in your replies. Trying to teach, but you only came to preach. Lying about Jesus, who you think you finna reach. In your speech, I hear the weakness, that's why you won't shut up. Demons in your ear convince you to be evil is what you disagree. It's history, too late to change it, it's a thing. Wins ain't free round here, bro. When you speak, I'm listening. So if you think you finna be hitting me with your wizardry, convincing me to give a free platform. You're tripping, G. I don't mince words. I don't get purrs who don't deserve the way. Why don't you learn? You've shown you've earned it, so deserve your fate and so discern what happened here, so you learn your place. I know it burned, but grow and turn from falsehood into grace. What your head down, yeah.